What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans and Golden State Warriors fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Sorry for the short delay. YouTube was telling me I couldn't go live. So thanks, YouTube. Anyway, we're doing a live play-by-play tonight, a live scoreboard, a fun interactive chat, and hopefully Spurs win. The Spurs are missing some guys, but the Golden State Warriors are missing the best three-point shooter of all time. Let's just call it what it is. Steph Curry is out. I think he's going to be out until mostly the end of the regular season, probably back for the playoffs, maybe the last game or two. But let's have a good night. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. It's fast, fun, nutritious, and delicious. If you don't know what it looks like this. And as always, go Spurs, go! All right. Anyway, Troy Mendoza, thank you for stopping in. Phil, 28-3, thank you for being a channel's member. And thank you for the few of you that went into the Giants video today and said the Giants suck. I actually do appreciate that because it does help the video, and they do. Full-time Spurs fan, good evening, Glaze and Bacon. What's going on? Man, YouTube telling me I couldn't go live. I was like, go live. Can't go live. Go live. So I shut my browser down and restarted. Apparently that was the thing to fix it up. Keto Lebrowski, good evening. Kyle Cruz. Um, go Rockets. That's all I got, my man. I'm doing great. RR210. I'm sorry, Phil. I'll try not to. I thank you for being a channel member. By the way, quick announcement. I'll try to remember to announce it again later. I won something on eBay this weekend that I'll be adding to the channel sooner than later. So hopefully it's here. It won't be here for the Wednesday night game against the Blazers, more than likely, but probably will be here for the Saturday night game versus the Pelicans. Vince, no, we can't play worse than last game. Vincent from Colombia, thank you for stopping in. I don't like Steph being out because some random Warrior will drop 40. Yeah, probably Jonathan Kuminga or Nanaji Bazilika. One of the names I can't say will go for 30 or 40. Nay, nay. Good evening. Get to the game. I'll get you the game right here. The game. Boop, boop. There's the game for you, buddy. Yes, they do play the Warriors. Steph Curry's in the chat. Steph Curry's in the chat. Vince Martinez, go Spurs, go. If this game is like the Pelicans game, it's going to be a long night for TSR. I expect this to be hopefully a good game. I can't imagine the Spurs, and if any Warriors fans don't know what I'm talking about, the San Antonio Spurs put up an absolute dud of a game on Friday night. They went down 35-10 in the first quarter, and the game was over. The game was over after the first quarter. I don't think it ever got to under 25, and they ended up losing by 30 something. Drew Banks, yes. Glaze Bacon, we will see Drew Eubanks Wednesday night versus the Blazers. I'm on the fence if I'm going to cover that game because it's a 10 o'clock game, but my work schedule is easier than this week because of the way it's set up. So maybe I'll stay up to 12:30 to call the game. But there's only 10 more games after this one. Omar Eastwood, that's right, the game. Do we and the Warriors have a full lineup? No, the Pussycats. Thank you for being a channel member. Lonnie Walker's out. Doug McDermott's out. Romy Langford's out. I can't remember if KBD's in or out. He was questionable. The Warriors are missing Steph Curry and a few other players. No, I won't do that, Cowboy X Factor. Diego, I made the video about tanking and how I didn't like the game. My biggest issue is if people were at that Spurs game, it's one thing to play like that on the road. The road team's happy because they're crushing the home team's happy because the road team's getting crushed. But to have that kind of effort and dud at home really sucked. So the Golden State Warriors, Moses Moody is out. Gary Payton II is out. James Wiseman is out. Steph Curry, we mentioned, is out. And Andre Iguodala, Iggy, is out. So both teams dealing with some injuries for the San Antonio Spurs. I'll double check the roster real quick. KBD is out. Keita Bates-Diop, Lonnie Walker, Romeo Langford, Doug McDermott, all out for the Spurs. I also saw their two-way contract guys aren't available. I don't know what's going on with them. Looney Tunes, if anybody is going to go off for the Warriors, I'll have it be from my man Looney Tunes. Primo versus Quindare Weatherspoon. Is Q on the team still? Veronica, thank you for stopping it. Is Quindare still with the team? I don't get what the Spurs are trying to make the plan, or are they Zach, that's why I made that video the way I did. I didn't understand what's happening with the Spurs either. Wow, the epilepsy warnings with this Warriors intro. Oh my goodness. Just that game didn't make any sense. We're bad at times, but that bad? I don't know. Draymond Green is back. He is back. Playmaker Gator, the super chat. Raiders winning the Super Bowl next year. Watch. Thank you for the $2 super chat, my man. They're in the toughest division in football now. I think it's going to be Denver and maybe Tampa Bay. I think I saw Tom Brady's trying to recruit Julio Jones. There's a shocker. Trying to, and hey, why not? He might still have something left in him, which would make that offense even more potent if they can stay healthy. So I think Denver's probably taking that. Yes, all right. Joshua Primo is starting. Spurs are 3 games away from the 10th spot. It's time to not tank, Omar, for the reasons I mentioned in the video. Fans don't want to see it from the. The Spurs are tanking. Do you want to watch them play like they did Friday night against the Pelicans? Is that how you want to watch the rest of the season? If you have tickets to one of those games, is that you want to see your team being blown out and finished at the end of the first quarter? Appreciate y'all stopping in tonight. Yeah, let's see what's version of the Spurs. At least Giants have to play the AFC West. No, thank goodness. Weatherspoon was a two-way. It sure did, Zach. It sure did. By the way, Selena Gomez is with me tonight, and I feel the Spurs aren't going to play bad in front of her, are they? So Selena, show them what you got. A little and and a ooh I don't know. Anyway, appreciate y'all being here. And if you ain't down with the San Antonio Spurs, I got 2 words for you. Chuck Norris. That's right. 1 for each San Antonio Spurs championship. What's with Pop's wing? I don't know. They do have Devontae Adams. I don't know if that's enough. We'll see. It should be fun to watch how the NFL season plays out in the AFC West. Wow, they like their flashing lights at Dub Nation there. Good evening, Edgar. Go Spurs, go. What do you think about Warriors Wiseman? Is he risky to trade for? I mean, any player is risky to trade for that's young and has had a few injuries. I don't see us making a trade for him. I feel like the Spurs are drafting a big man, but I'm ready. I've actually already planned out how I'm going to try to control myself if they draft the guard because I don't want to swear on stream. So I think I would mute the microphone in that case, and you would probably rip lead and rip read. Wow, I just took the lip read. That was embarrassing. Wow, probably could lip read what I'm saying, but I can't see him taking a guard in their first pick. Aaron Rodgers has 2 more years. I think he has 2 guaranteed years on his contract, and the last 2 years are some sort of option. I'm rocking an Avengers shirt. Thank you very much. Suns 120, Kings 119. All fouled out. Dang. No, Cowboy, I'll show the normal game. Over under for how many points Warriors will score 100. I want to say under 150 without Steph Curry. And Zion Williamson is very risky to trade for. Yes, lip reading on Max. All right, the players are on the court. Let's have a good game. Spurs wearing their Fruity Pebble Fiesta jerseys. And away we go. Murray, Primo, Vassell, Pirtle, Johnson for the Spurs. Poole, Thompson, Wiggins, Green, Looney for the Warriors. And we start off with a Jakob Pirtle Thunder dunk of justice with the dish from Joshua Primo. Spurs have already scored more points tonight than they did in the whole first quarter against the Pelicans. And an offensive foul on the Warriors on a screen will be Spurs ball again, as Draymond Green is holding his hips like he got a little dinged up. And I forgot, these are the Warriors uniforms. No disrespect, Warriors fans. I'm not a big fan of the number being so hidden on the front of the uniforms, as I don't watch your team often. I don't know everybody by face. I know Curry and Thompson. Some of the bigger guys, the bigger names, if you will. But I like a nice, visible, legible number on uniforms, and it's just kind of tucked in there. I'm not going to break my TV, but I'll think about it. Devontae's good back. Good to hear that, J Money. Jax Quirty, good evening. Yes, it's 2-0. Jakob Pirtle was fouled on that drive. He's going to the line for 2, having a career year, outplaying his contract. Very happy for him. And hitting his first free throw, which, you didn't know. I just showed Pop. I got Pop in my head now. Pirtle is a 50% shooter from the free throw this year. Actually, maybe a little less, or maybe right at 50% with that free throw. Spurs up 3 zippy. Pirtle second free throw. He sets, he shoots, he missed it. Draymond Green with the rebound. Jordan Poole will bring it up. Gets it over to Klay Thompson. A lot of headbands out there for the Warriors. 2 headbands for that matter. Thompson back to Poole. Poole will get it over to Draymond Green. Green drives into the paint. The runner it was an alley-oop to Andrew Wiggins. Looked like he was shooting it the last second. He changed it to an alley-oop. Threw me off. Keldon Johnson drops it off to Devin Vassell. Back to DeJounte Murray. Way out in three-point land. Murray looking for a pick and roll with Jakob Pirtle. Gets the pick. Gets the roll. Gets into the paint. Tosses to Josh Primo. Almost a turnover. Primo throws it off the body of Andrew Wiggins out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. 10:54 in the game. The Thunder did lose to the Magic, Joshua. The Warriors are in their mostly yellow with blue trim. So yellow and blue. Murray gets it into Devin Vassell. Back to Murray for 3. And the three's no good. Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. Out to Joshua Primo. Primo driving the paint. Throws it out to Devin Vassell. Baseline 3 is good! We got, Josh, you know I'm not going to be. Dax, good evening. You know I'm going to be rooting for the Spurs. That's just the nature of who I am. Kerm, good evening. Everybody, good evening. Hopefully had a wonderful weekend. Jordan Poole, baseline 3, rattles in and out. Warriors already tasting some In-N-Out burgers, something us Spurs fans eat on a daily basis, and we do not like them when it comes to basketball, as in the ball goes in and it goes out. Keldon off the screen, pulls up for 3. Way too much on it, no good. And the long rebound will go to DeJounte Murray, but he loses it out of bounds. And no, it was poked away by Klay Thompson. OKC's lost 9 in a row. Yes, let's get the likes up in here. We usually have a good crowd when we have the Warriors playing here. Jess, good evening. Yes, let's bounce back. We've already scored almost as many points as we did Friday night against the Pelicans. We put up 10 in the first quarter. Joshua Primo collides with Jordan Poole, and it's going to be a block. The Warriors don't like the call. Kings had a chance to beat the Suns, but wow, I didn't know that. Anki Gonjin, Go Spurs, go to you. But thank you for being here too, Warriors fans. If you're looking to hang out with what I feel is a pretty cool channel, it's a Spurs channel, clearly, where we have a good chat. I feel like I do pretty good play-by-play. Try to call it non-bias on fouls. DeJounte Murray for 3 again. I will be biased when the Spurs do something good, obviously, as a Spurs fan. When it comes to plays, I like to call it down the middle. I didn't see if that was a block or a charge on the previous call. I wasn't paying attention on the replay, to be honest with you. My man Looney Tunes with the ball. Gets it over to Draymond Green. Green drives into the paint. Gets rejected by Jakob Poeltl. Block of Poeltl. No. Primo dishes it out to DeJounte Murray. Back to Devin Vassell. Baseline 3 is off the rim. No good. Jakob Poeltl with another offensive rebound. Gets it to Keldon in the paint with the layup. And it is going to roll off the rim. Jakob Poeltl, couple offensive boards already. Poole drives into the paint. And he takes the shot. He is fouled, and he was fouled before the shot by Joshua Primo. No Trey Jones in the starting lineup. I was just showing my buddy the first. Oh, gosh, Jess. Baker Mayfield to the Houston Texans. Kyle, there you go. That'll cheer you up. You're welcome. Bring a league up together the Raiders. True. Easy, yeah, we Primo's been struggling. And I don't know why the officials are stopping play right now. All right. 20 seconds on the clock for the Warriors. 9:11 to go in the first quarter. And Klay Thompson easily gets it to the paint and gets the layup off the dish from Draymond Green. The Warriors are on the board. It is 6-2. 9 minutes to go. Jakob Poeltl, pick and roll with Keldon Johnson. Johnson back to Devin Vassell. Over to DeJounte Murray. Murray into the post to Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl back out to Murray. Thinks about the 3, pulls it down. Murray's still out. 3-point land starts to drive, gets into the paint, throws up the layup, high off the glass, and no good. 2 Spurs layups have rolled off that rim. That rim is corrupt. As Draymond Green tries to get it out to Klay Thompson, the pass was a little too wide left, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. Turnover, Golden State. No, Lupe, I was just messing around. A bunch of boxes in the chat. Go Spurs, go. I don't know why all your emojis are getting blocked, unless your name was a bunch of boxes. Then that's cool. Murray crossover back out to Keldon Johnson. A little pick and roll with Devin Vassell. Devin out the ball back to Murray. Murray's going to take a corner 3. 8:20 to go. Spurs up 9-2. Jacob Lonnie Walker's out. KBD. Doug McDermott. I don't know about Josh Richardson. Jordan Poole with a beautiful move on DeJounte Murray and gets into the paint. Good evening, Nick. The Saints need a quarterback. Who's the white guy that the Saints have? He's like a Swiss Army knife. He's like more of a runner, but does a little everything. Are they not running him as their starter? Primo takes the shot and makes the shot. Was that a 3? Nope, long 2. Joshua Primo on the board. Spurs have taken 10 shots to the Warriors 5. Klay Thompson just pulls up for 3. Dink, no good. And Draymond Green with the offensive board gets it. Andrew Wiggins with the offensive board gets it poked out of bounds by the Spurs. Golden State ball. The Spurs have outscored their first quarter from Friday night when they put up 10 against the Pelicans already. I like food too. I don't know who doesn't. Green will get the ball in. And a wide open Looney Tunes with the dunk. J. Rich is playing. Taysom Hill, thank you, Nathan. I couldn't remember his name, and I hate to play the race card, but trying to describe somebody, I need you to know who I'm talking about. Taysom Hill, is he not? No chance he's starting for the Saints. Murray pulls up, 13-6. You're welcome, Ramiro. Thank you for being here. Josh Richardson is bailed. Chris Lightsey, channel member, thank you for being here and your support. Yes, Anthony, we got the very beautiful Selena Gomez. Klay Thompson baseline jumper is good. Nice. I'm, not a Warriors fan per se, but I'm happy to see Klay Thompson is playing again in the NBA because I was a little worried with all those injuries he was having. Johnson drives into the paint, dishes at Tiaka Proto for a little jumper at the rim. 15-8. A torn ACL, torn Achilles, and Klay Thompson's back out there after 2 years. And you know what? That's awesome. I'll never root for players to get injured. That's not what I'm about. Andrew Wiggins' turnaround jumper is good in the paint. It is 15-10. Yes, the Kerr we did. Nick, not good. Chances for the Spurs are not good right now. We're like 3 games out. With 10 games to go after this one. Demisel after dish from Jakob Proto for 3, no good. Warriors trying to go fast break, and they will actually slow it up instead. Jordan Poole, pick and roll with Looney. Gets it out to Draymond Green. Green back over to Poole. Poole guarded by Jakob Proto. I don't like that. Just takes a quick shot. Misses the shot, but put on a little, kind of made Jakob Proto look a little bit like a fool dribbling around him. It's going to happen when a guard dribbles against the center. Kellen Johnson takes a quick 3, and he got fouled. Didn't make the 3, but Draymond Green fouls him. Never fouled a three-point shooter. Looked like he may have got him on the hand or the wrist. Draymond's not arguing it, so I'm going to say it's probably a foul. He did one of these. So we'll go. We have a timeout. Big Sean, what's going on? We giving up 150? No, we're not. Steph Curry's not playing. Jameis Winston, I forgot he was still there. Yes, Nick? Ace Jude, good evening. The Splash Brothers are in town. Anthony, they're not in town. Well, they are in town, but one of them is not playing. Steph Curry is out probably for near the rest of the season. Was it an ankle? I don't remember what the injury was. I know he's out. She's a Spurs fan. If anybody was wondering why, or she was, I don't know if she still is. Selena Gomez wearing a Spurs jersey here, shown at a Spurs game. Now that's many years ago, like 7 or 8 years ago, so she might not be a Spurs fan anymore. But it's, she looks cute with the Spurs jersey on. Surprised Draymond isn't arguing? No, Christy wasn't, which tends to make me think it was legit. Lakers 30-41. Pelicans. The Pelicans and Lakers are both 30-41. Wow. The game's right here, Zach. The game. Boop, boop. All right, a little double boop for you. Torn ligament in the ankle and won't be back until the playoffs start. Thank you. Well, I thought there was a chance he might play before the playoffs, so he is out until the playoffs. Dax, I'm a Giants fan. In case you guys didn't know, this is TSR Sports. I'm obviously a San Antonio Spurs fan. Unless you're not looking at the video, it should be clearly obvious who I root for with the background. I'm also a New York Giants fan, and that's the 2 teams that are going to be primarily be covered on this channel moving forward. Probably each team will take up 45% or so of the content on this channel, with maybe a little splash of the U.S. Women's National Team and the New York Yankees if I feel like covering them at some point or just talking about something that happened. I really love the UFC. I'd like to get the UFC back on this channel, but I'm not paying $80, for a pay-per-view, so we'll see on that one. Thank you, Zach. Scott Hall is the man. Because bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Machine in the house, watch your mouth. All right, Machine 78, thank you for stopping in. 15-10. The Spurs, should be noted, we're down 35-10. Friday night's game against the Pelicans, so this is a much better start for Spurs fans, clearly. We'll see. Deshaun Watson, I was thinking I could always record the reactions. I go to Hooters now, my buddy Jeff, and we watch UFCs there. I could record the reactions live and upload it when I get home. There would still be a live reaction, and the crowd is always phenomenal. And who knows, maybe get a Hooter girl or two in one of the videos. I don't see the Browns contenders either. What's going on with LSU? Anyway, Cullen Johnson's at the line for three with 5:56 to go. That one was very short. That could have been close to an air ball. Okie dokie. Let's not do that again, Kelvin. Second free throw is good. I just realized I'm watching the Warriors stream. I'm going to have to change that. Like, I don't hear Bill and or Sean Elliott. That's because they're not going to be there if I'm calling or I'm watching the Warriors feed. Oh, baseball. When does Major League Baseball start? The preseason right now, right? Calvin, channel member, thank you for stopping in. Test the Warriors' depth. Well, they're going to be testing our depth too, Calvin. We're missing some guys. Yep, one or two Hooters girls, so 2 to 4 boobs on camera. Sounds good to me. Plus me and Jeff, so that's actually 4 to 6 boobs. Jordan pull out 3-point line guarded by Calvin. Shot clock running down. Shot clock in 1. And he gets it to Looney. That wasn't a shot clock violation? Okay, just got it off. Shot was no good anyway. 17-10 Spurs lead. 5:25 to go. I do see Jordan Richardson has checked in for San Antonio, as has Trey Jones. Devin Vassell with the ball right now. Drives baseline. Throws it out to Jay Rich for 3. And he's fouled. Oh my gosh. Golden State with another foul on a 3-point shooter. This time Klay Thompson. On stream on my couch? Well, let's not get crazy. I think spring training just started. Yankees 0-2-1 in the preseason. Of course they are. Top records in 4 major sports since 97-98. Spurs have the best record in basketball since then. Jay Rich first free throw is good, and that's with their 3rd losing season in a row, mind you. Trey Jones. Sugar J Cherry, how dare you? Oh my gosh. Any Warriors fans, Spurs fans or a lot of Spurs fans are rooting for the team to lose tonight. Maybe not a lot, a few. I am not. I can't do that. That's not my mentality. Jay Rich rocking a pretty nice headband with his hair popping through. Looks good on him. I like the look. Keep it going. 3rd free throw is good. That's the last 2 possessions for the San Antonio Spurs were a 3-point shooter getting fouled and going to the line for 3. So they converted 5 of 6 of them. Spurs, I think, have already taken 8 free throws tonight because Jakob took a couple. Wiggins in the post, guarded by Jay Rich. Gets it out and gets the ball right back. And a bad pass by Otto Porter Jr. as he was given a little back and forth, goes out of bounds. That's another turnover for the Golden State Warriors. Warriors with 3 turnovers, the Spurs with 0. We have less than 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. I wonder who's going to come off the bench for the Spurs at 4 because Zach Collins has been struggling, as has Jacques Landale. Kellen Johnson drives hard into the paint, throws it high off the glass, and the layup is good. This thing could be a different. Yeah, but I don't want to watch us lose every game of the season. That's terrible. I already saw that with the New York Giants, the second half of the season where they were dead to rights. That runner is no good. Rebound to Kevin Looney. Looney in the paint. All sorts of physical contact, and Looney's going to get fouled. Looks like he's going to go to the line for 2. I think Porter Jr. missed a runner in the paint. Kevin Looney playing hard against Jakob Poeltl. I barely watched past the first quarter of the Pels game. Our team sucks more than that. Oh, really, Big Sean? I mean, hey, to each his own. I'm going to stand by my team. I'm going to call the New York Giants this season, who might be first free throw is no good for Looney. I've been with the Spurs all year, and they've been very up and very down, and just that's just me. Joe Mama for Collins, nice. Richard, good evening. Damien Hernandez Estrada. Good evening, my resident Chicago Bears fan. Hopefully you're doing well, Damien. I'm looking forward to you trolling my Giants and me this fall when I do call the games live. Even if you're just coming in, I'm telling you, Spurs fans, I know a lot of you are Cowboys fans. I want you to come into my streams, even if it's for a minute, and say the Giants suck. Let me have it. And Trey Jones drives into the paint. Lots of contact. And these fouls going live for 2. Caesar, go Spurs, go. Ernie, go Spurs, go. And Selena, go Spurs, go. Willie Anderson. Wait, the former San Antonio Spur, did he pass away? Oh, nope, it was an offensive foul. I stand corrected. Foul on the Spurs. Looks like he was probably creating the contact. And a nice little give and go as Otto Porter Jr. drives baseline and throws down a dunk is the Spurs defense. He was sleeping on that one. Spurs ball right now. Zach Collins has checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Jay Rich with the ball right now. Drives into the paint. Gets by the entire Warriors defense and throws in a layup. Oh, BC, nice. John Aguilar, thank you for stopping in. Yep, Kyle, I'm confused too. And a quick pull-up jumper down the other end is good for Otto Porter Jr., who's actually having a pretty solid quarter so far. I think he's got like 4 or 6 points. Jay Rich takes a long three. No good. Jordan Poole with the rebound. We have 3:11 to go. Down, down. And Jordan Poole sprints up the court and dribbles it and loses it right out of bounds. Spurs ball. Juancho got 7. The Willie Anderson Spurs. I remember those days. If the Giants are good this year, come on. I don't know. They might be better. We have a timeout. I pay for the channel, but it appears as though your stream is. I'm watching it on the NBA Team Pass on my Roku Sugar Dude Cherry, but I also have fiber optic, so my internet's very fast. And ever since I've made that switch, which was about 2 months ago, some people have said it seems like I'm faster than I used to be. Chet Holmgren, I mean, we're in a timeout. If the Spurs draft in the top 3, which is possible, they could win the lottery ball pick, if you will. I would probably want Chet Holmgren, Paulo Banchero, or Jabari Smith Jr. We need a big. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's one of our biggest weaknesses is a lack of a big. And I would have to think if we have a top 3 draft pick, there's no way in hey he's going to the G League. He's going to start more than likely day one, as he should. I know a lot of people are concerned. I think you guys have said Chet Holmgren's a little undersized, but there's been other NBA players who have come into the league and have bulked up as they've gotten a little older. So you could still put some weight on in the offseason and in the following season. So I don't want to just write him off because of his size right now. Could it be a concern? Yes, but it can be fixed and corrected too. I saw LeBron second all time. We got over 100 watching. Yeah, where are the likes at, my friends? We need some likes. We need some milk. Can we get some of these? My man working hard. My man, I call it TSR. The TSR working hard. Donnell, good evening. He says, diehard Cowboys fan here, but the Giants have 2 chips against the GOAT of all people, Tom Brady. Cowboys aren't respect. That's a good point. The Giants in this century, in the year 2000, in the last 22 years since 2000, have been in 3 Super Bowls. They did lose one to the Ravens. Kerry Collins was the quarterback, so that was expected. But they have won 2 chips. And the Cowboys, I don't think, have made even an NFC Conference championship since the same time. I think. I'm correct in saying that. How many? I'm not trolling. How many playoff games have the Cowboys won since the 2000? So like 3-ish? I know Romo, I think they only had, what, 1 or 2? I feel like Dak maybe only 1 or 2. And I don't know if I'm missing something in between. But that's not a troll question. That's legit because I honestly don't know the answer. Vamos first, vamos. Jalen Duran is a tank, like a good tank or a bad tank. Barro 565 channel member, thank you for being here. Kyle, Andrew the Goat, Warriors fan all day. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you being here. Don, I've heard other people say that the reason his assists are dropping and his turnovers are up is he only cares about scoring right now, and there could be some truth to that. I don't care though. Doesn't affect me either way. That's a turnover by the Spurs. Warriors ball, 2:50 to go. They are down 24-14. The Spurs actually playing some defense tonight, or the Warriors offense is this bad without Steph Curry, or maybe a combination of both. But we don't guard the paint. Jonathan Kuminga easily gets a layup in the paint. Spurs up by 8, 2.5 minutes to go. Zach Collins over to DeJounte. DeJounte fakes a 3. They have Jay Rich wide open and nobody found him. He finally gets covered on the rotation. Collins is going to take a 3. Zach Collins for 3. Stretch 5, baby. Zach, they had one of the best. I mean, that was Ray Lewis, very young Ray Lewis. They had, legit defense. Jordan Poole pull-up jumper, no good. DeJounte Murray will bring it up for the Spurs with 2 minutes to go. Murray out in three-point land, gets it into Zach Collins. Collins in the post. Looking to maybe take a shot or dribble in. No, starts to back up into the paint. Back out to Joshua Primo for three. That one's no good. Long rebound will go to Zach Collins. He gets it to Primo. Primo in the paint. Thunder Dunker Justice! Joshua Primo gets in the paint and throws it down and gets the Spurs bench going nuts. Primo with a couple dunks in his last few games. At least he's showing the ability to finish at the rim, which I didn't think he had. And a missed three is put back by Otto Porter Jr., who is having a really good first quarter for the Golden State Warriors. He's got 6 points. Murray into the paint, all sorts of acrobatics, and makes the layup. Spurs have dropped 31. I think Namaji Bajika missed the three-pointer, and Porter's put that shot back in. Porter with another pull-up jumper off the glass. Otto Porter is cooking tonight. 31-20. We have 1 minute to go. 10 bench points for the Warriors, 8 for the Spurs. Jay Rich thinks about a three, pulls it down, and did he travel? Yep. Traveling. Klay Thompson is going to throw it in for the Warriors. I think he took a breather. Is checking back in. How many more wins will Pop get? I have no idea. No idea. Steve Kerr looks like a total. What? That's not be mean. And no interior defense for the Spurs as Jonathan Kuminga throws down another dunk. Balika with the pat. Am I saying his right name? Balika? Warriors already with 18 of their 22 points in the paint. Just keep going in the paint. Collins takes a long two. He made it. He thought about a three, stepped forward, stopped, was ready to pass. Nope, then he faked it. And no Warriors came to him, so finally he took the shot and made it. There's 7 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. And we're going to have a jump ball more than likely. Yep, Chris Chiozza falls on the ground, gets tied up with Jay Rich, and we have a jump ball. Whew. DJ has, does he have 7? Marvin Goggles, thank you, Jay Money. I love my Cowboys, but they are a circus. You know, I read yeah, Don, I can't argue that. Murphy, the GOATs of the Spurs, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, George the Iceman Gervin, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. People aren't going to like it when I say it, but Kawhi Leonard. Spurs win the jump ball, so that's essentially a turnover for the Warriors. And there's 12 seconds left in the first quarter, but those are probably the people that would consider the GOATs. There's other fan favorites too, Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson, and so forth and so on. Murray out to Zach Collins. Collins takes a long three. Good! Zach Collins with 8 points in the first quarter. Wow! Zach Collins coming up huge off the bench. Where has this been all year? I like Sean Elliott, Don. I really like Sean Elliott. It's too bad he had the kidney issues that really. Yeah, if you're talking about the greatest Spurs shot of all times, that's probably going to be. I can't think of anything bigger than Sean Elliott's Memorial Day miracle, where against the Portland Trailblazers, with the clock, with the shot clock, game clock expiring, he hits a fadeaway three from the baseline where he's literally falling out of bounds. I forgot who was in front of him, but it was somebody that's like. It was like Cliff Robinson or somebody that's like near 7 feet tall jumping at him, and he made that's got to be the biggest shot in Spurs history, and that's I believe also the year they went on to win their first NBA chip. We are in a timeout as we're waiting for the second quarter. Rolla, good evening. Get Collins out of the game. Lance, what's up? Bipolar is the right way to describe this team. Yep. I would agree. We are so inconsistent. Patty Mills, obviously a huge fan favorite. There's a lot. I mean, there's so many players. I mean, are a lot of these guys we're going to be mentioning Hall of Famers? No, but a lot of people have their personal. I mean, Dennis Rodman was with the team for 2 years. I wouldn't consider him a Spurs GOAT, but he is the greatest rebounder I've ever seen play the game. For his size at 6'8", to be grabbing 15, 18 boards a game was just ridiculous. I like that our shooting is not garbage tonight. Me too, Brian. Me too. I was thinking of Marco Bellinelli. Just crazy off-balance jumpers, and he was a fun player to watch. Frustrating at times, but a fun player to watch. Doing Do we have any players on this roster that someday can be perennial all-stars? DeJounte Murray just made his first all-star team. So we'll see with him. We've had other players that LaMarcus Aldridge is a name you probably recognize. He's still playing. DeMar DeRozan, obviously, still playing and have an MVP type year with the Chicago Bulls. I saw an odd stat about the Chicago Bulls. I posted on my Twitters. My Twitters is right there next to Selena Gomez. I think it said and I'm posting stuff on there. So if you look and stay up to date on the Spurs injury report, I've been posting that on the Twitters regularly when I can. So good place for Spurs information. If I'm not doing a video, I'm probably putting it up on my Twitters. I think the stat said that the Bulls against the top three teams in the Eastern Conference, against the top other three teams in the Eastern Conference and the top three teams in the Western Conference are like 0-15 this year. I didn't fact check that. I just said if this is true, like wow. But if that's the case, they're not going far in the playoffs if they can't beat the best teams around them. Bruce Bowen. Yep. Danny Green. All right, Konats, I'll show you the game. The game. Boop. Boop. The only game I can legally show. I hope you're right about Kelman. All right, Paulo. Awesome. And as I looked away, we have a three-pointer for Klay Thompson, his first three-pointer of the night, I believe. I like how you guys are dropping a lot of classic Spurs in the chat. And for those of you that actually think I can show the game, I live in the United States. It's illegal. I'm sorry. Devin Selford's three bounces off the rim like 3 times. No good. I'm not breaking the law to lose my YouTube channel for you guys. I'm sorry. I like y'all, but not that much. Klay Thompson takes another three. It's no good. And the putback is multiple putbacks by Namaji Bjelica. And now it's only a 9-point game with 11-11 to go in the second quarter. Bruce Bowen and Kellen Johnson are different types of players. I'm not. Why would we even bring them up in the same sentence? And that's not a knock to you, Gina. They are completely different players, in my opinion. Timeout. We're 2-13. Oh, okay, Damien. Well, it feels like 0-15. 2-13. Dang. That's awesome, Don. Appreciate y'all being here, but seriously, the United States is very strict on copyright, and you can't show live footage. You can show highlights after the game. That's copacetic. But during a live event, you can't replay the live footage because then nobody would buy the NBA pass, like yours truly. I bought the NBA pass so I could watch the Spurs. Well, if everybody just showed it for free, nobody's buying the NBA pass. Same thing with the UFCs. If all the UFC pay-per-views are free, while they are making millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, if they're making zero, there's no more NBA, there's no more UFC. It is still a business. I have not been to Texas, Spencer. At some point, nice that your boy Rico got an Xbox. I just got an Xbox 2 months ago. It was a free one. We're getting close to 100 thumbs up, though. I'm surprised we don't have 100 thumbs up with the Spurs winning right now. Usually the winning helps encourage the thumbs up from the Spurs fans. Randall, a Warriors fan, thank you for stopping in. Your team starting to come back a little bit. They looked a little off in the first quarter, but the second quarter looks like it's starting to come together a little bit. And there's one thing I will say that I hate to tell you guys, but it's the truth. No lead is safe for the San Antonio Spurs. They have been a really rough team at times to watch in the third quarter or fourth quarter, sometimes for the entire game. They're incredibly inconsistent, so 9 points is nothing, believe me. Greg, go Spurs, go to you. YouTube sentenced an American company. They are blinded by law. Also, for Rich to show the game legally, I would need their express written consent of the NBA. Yes. I do not have the NBA's permission to show the games. Selena Gomez's brother traded for. I don't know where he is now. Juancho? The old tattoo I love. Seriously, Beasting. I already have that tattoo. Hey, gaming's going to be tough at Puerto Rico. It's a tough crowd. If you're good at it, like good at the game, like I'm good at certain games, but the popular games like Apex Legends, which I do play, I'm now okay at it. But people don't want to see okay. They want to see you go in there and maul and, take 10 people out. Rez, go Spurs, go to you. Exactly, Kerm. I can show Triple H that game, which I try to have fun with it. I mean, I'll give you guys a little of the game. Boop. I'll give you a little Chuck Norris. I'll give you a little Selena Gomez. I'll give you a little pop thumbs up and a little go Spurs go. I try to have fun on the channel. Maybe do an impersonation later for y'all. Impersonation or two. Josh Richardson will get the ball to DeJounte Murray. We have 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Spurs up 36-27. Murray over to Devin Vassell. Vassell cannot hold on to the pass. That is a turnover on Devin Vassell, who got very butterfingery there. I'm pretty sure if I asked the NBA pretty nicely, I would get the same response if I didn't ask them nice, which is a giant middle finger. Yeah, unless I paid them millions of dollars that I do not have. Klay Thompson, top of the paint, pull up jumper, and it's going to bounce off the rim multiple times and finally go in. Klay Thompson gets a kind roll. I hope that rim's nice to the Spurs when they switch, because the Spurs rim has been not nice to them with a lot of shots going in and out. Murray guarded by Klay Thompson. Getting into Zach Collins. Collins into the paint, throws up a layup, no good, gets fouled, going to the line for two with 10:15 to go. The old hacky shack pop, that's right. But look at the timestamp. Shaquille O'Neal got fouled early in the first quarter when he played for the Suns. 11:55, you look on the bottom right. The Spurs hacked the shack 5 seconds into the game as a joke. Daniel Barry, good evening. Zach Collins at the line for two. I think his season high is 15. He's already halfway there. But he missed the first free throw, of course, because I said that. We shall see, Rico. We shall see. What kind of games do you play? That's going to be important too. I do have Xbox Ultimate Pass, which I do enjoy very much. Collins' second free throw is good. What's up with my scoreboard? Not. There we go. 37-29, 10-11 to go. Warriors down by 8. The game is at the Chase Center, so it's in California. Draymond Green was. Jacques Landale has checked in with Zach Collins. We got Twin Towers light as Klay Thompson launches. Is that a three? Another three, and it's good. And Klay Thompson is heating up, and the Spurs have had no answer to this point. I just heard Klay Thompson has 12 points already. And the Warriors, if they're going to win, do need him to be Klay Thompson. DeJounte Murray in the paint. The runner's no good. Warriors ball. Chris Chiozza will bring it up. Is it Chiozza or Chiozza? You get the ball to Klay again, guarded by Jay Rich. Headband versus headband. Thompson drives on Jay Rich, picks up his dribble. And it's a turnover, and he tossed the ball to Devin Vassell, who's not a Golden State Warrior. Jay Rich with the ball again, over to Zach Collins. Collins back to Murray. Murray bounce past to Collins. Collins in the paint, throws it up and in. Zach Collins having the best first half of his career, possibly. At least the best first half of his Spurs career tonight, as he's got 11, I think. Draymond Green out in three-point land. Gets it over Klay Thompson for another three. That one's no good. Jay Rich with the rebound. Right, Troy? I don't do college basketball, guys. I don't watch it. Sorry. Jacques Landale for three from the baseline. No good. Devin Vassell flies in for the rebound, gets it back to Landale. Landale in the paint with the layup. No good. Spurs cannot convert at the rim. Stop going for the layups. Dunk them. That rim's got funky cold Medina tonight down that end. Everything's rolling off of it. So just dunk the dang thing. And now a traveling on the Warriors as Nemanja Bjelica gets called for the too many steps. Vegas, thank you for stopping in. Ken, thank you for stopping in. It's kind of funny seeing Spurs fans upset we're winning right now. Yep, Lupe, that's Pop. Or this way, or this way. One or the other. Jay Rich for a baseline three. Good! Back to a double-digit lead. Spurs are up by 10. LJ, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Warriors. I say, Becky Hammond looks good with her glasses. I don't know. It works for me. Timeout Warriors, 8:18 to go. Let's get on one of those up there. We haven't had one in a while. Go Spurs, go! We are close to 100 thumbs up, my friends. Can we get 4 more? Dilly dilly to everybody that's hanging out tonight. Appreciate you, Spurs fans. I know I'm a smaller YouTube channel because all the teams I cover right now are not good, but they're my teams, and I stand by them. Spurs and Giants, all day, every day, 24/7. Josh Richard has impressed me at kills. He really has. He's looked good at times. His three-point shot's been better than his two-point shot, go figure, I think, for most of the season. But Jay Rich has been a very pleasant surprise as part of that Derek White trade because we're going to get the Celtics first-round pick. It'll be a later first-round pick, probably around 20. mid, early 20 to 24, somewhere in there. I still can get a decent player there, or they can trade that pick. But I didn't expect much out of him. He's been a pleasant surprise. Now Romeo Langford plays one game and he's hurt again, so I don't know what's up with that dude. Let's go. Selena is right. We almost scored 2 times the points that we did Friday. The Spurs already outscored their first half, didn't they? Didn't they have less than this in the first half? 42 against that. They had to have. They had to have. They had 10 in the first quarter. Or Joshua, I agree. He could be a nice. He could be a nice trade player to trade. Greg says there have been multiple articles down here saying to the Spurs players giving Becky Hammond respect and how much she has helped their game. She'll be missed, but wish her the best as a head coach. Yeah, I wish. I get it. She's got a head coaching job coming up for with the Las Vegas Aces, so she's going to the WNBA immediately after the season ends. And I wish her the best. Jamming to Machine Head while you're doing play by play. Nice. All right, Juan Gill, that's cool. I like him. I had heard of him at your boy Rico, but I didn't know his game to be honest with you. I mean, I've gotten to this point in my life where I have so many hobbies where when it comes to sports, I really just follow my teams. I mean, I know if I know what's going on around the league, or if there's big trades. Like I know the Lakers are playing terrible, and I know DeRozan's with the Bulls, and the Nets and the Sixers had the huge trade, and I know, I know like stuff like that, but as I don't know role players like I do anymore. I'm very checked out of sports except for my teams now, which would be primarily the San Antonio Spurs, which we're calling tonight, and the New York Giants. I don't know what's up with Romeo, but I'm much about done with him. Joshua, I saw an article on that. I thought that was the stupidest article I've read. I saw that and was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why even write that? And he even acknowledged it in the start of the article. He's like, uh, that it was kind of nonsense. It, I don't want it to happen. I'm good. No thanks. I don't even want to toy around with that in case something happens where we're stuck with them next year. So no, just a nonsense clickbait article, in my opinion. Jay Rich with another jumper. Good. No, I don't want Westbrook for a year. I don't. Zach, I did see that. I don't want to deal with that next year. I really don't. I don't want to have to watch him play 82 games. We got to drive to the paint. Jonathan Kuminga gets into the paint, throws up a layup. Nice job by Kuminga's having a decent game for the Warriors tonight. Jerome, I used to cover the UFC. The problem is the UFCs are $80 now. Jakob Pertl gets into the paint, misses a layup, misses a putback, and it's still a fight for the ball. Jakob Pertl gets another offensive board out to Kelvin Johnson. Johnson's going to launch a three, in and out. And the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by DeJounte Murray. It will be Warriors ball down 44-36. I used to cover the UFC. The problem is they're $80 when you add in tax. And I'd rather go to Hooters and watch them. I have thought about maybe recording the reactions, me and my buddy and the Hooters crowd, to like knockouts and submissions, and maybe just uploading that in the channel. So maybe I could bring that back. I did hear he did that, Zach. I did, but I still don't want him. Michelob, what's going on? That's a expensive buyout. Kuminga with an offensive board off in the miss, and he gets fouled by Joe Wieskamp, who's checking in the game. Joe's Wieskamp getting some playing time. And if we played Westbrook next year, it'd just be another throwaway season, and then and buying him out would just be I don't want to. No. Let's not even talk about it. I'm done. You guys want to talk about the chat? Go ahead, but I'm not really acknowledge it. Warriors ball, 4 on the shot clock. Wiggins going to drive, pull up jumper, off the rim, no good. Otto Porter Jr. with the putback is good. Otto Porter has been killing the Spurs tonight. I think he's got 8 or 10 points already. 44-38. Jay Rich with the ball gets it over to DeJounte Murray. Murray at the free throw line drives into the paint. Back to Jay Rich. Baseline jumper is good. Josh Richardson really playing well tonight. Yep, Chris, correct. If anybody wants to know, that's in the chat. Jakob Pertl swats it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. 17 on the shot clock. 6:24 in the game. Brandon's World. I'm not saying we should get him, but I think trade Jay Rich because he's playing well tonight. Chris Smith, Steph Curry is out. Tore something in his ankle. Apparently he's out until the playoffs. A lot of contact in the paint. Andrew Wiggins throws his shoulder down, crashes into Jakob Poeltl. It looks like the Spurs are going to get called for a foul before that. But yeah, no, Steph Curry, I think, is out for the rest of the regular season. Should be good to go for the playoffs. You should do a metal cover of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme, Pearl. I'm probably not going to do any sports related songs because they're so extremely niche that I feel like it's going to be hard to get views on the music channel with those. Two free throws for the Warriors. The first one's no good. I agree with Zach. Good center, but not great. I wouldn't be up for keeping Jay Rich Lance unless we can get a really good asset for him. He's actually one of the, I mean, it's not bad to have a veteran on the team. We don't have too many of those. Trey Jones back in the game with the ball right now for San Antonio. 6:11 to go. Gets it over to Jakob Poeltl. Jakob surveying the field. Will get it back to Keldon Johnson. Johnson drives, gets into the paint, throws it up, and off the rim. Wide right. Warriors ball down by 7. And a long three is in for Namaje Bjelica. It's as close as it's been in a while. The Warriors are only down by 4. Jakob Poeltl with the ball will get it to Keldon Johnson. Johnson starts to drive and will get fouled. Makes a layup. It's going to get waved off. The foul is way before the layup. Jay Rich better than Derek White. I haven't watched Josh Richardson enough to make a statement in regards to that. And second, I don't want to like insult the guy that left for the guy that just got here. I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want. Nah, I don't want to go there. I don't like autocorrect. Who else had autocorrect? Is that a joke? Jakob Poeltl with the runner in the paint off the glass. Gets another offensive board, throws it up. No good. Gets fouled. Jakob Poeltl with, I think, 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. I'd be fine for flipping Jay Rich for a first round pick, but I don't think we can get a first for him. Jay Rich is really Jason Richardson. Josh Richardson, but yeah, Jay Rich is, I mean, just long names I usually abbreviate. Like Keita Bates Diop is a lot to say. San Antonio Spurs forward, so just KBD. Jakob misses the first free throw because Jakob Poeltl. I'd go for that, Jerome. Terrible free throw by Jakob Poeltl, which, well, once again, Jakob Poeltl. 5:31 to go, 46-42. Poeltl, second free throw is, he made the second one. All right, we'll take 1 or 2. I think the team moves faster than the White's contract. Do you mean he moves faster without him? It's no defense anymore. Although, as soon as I say that, the Warriors turn the ball over. Trey Jones will bring it up for the Spurs. Sprints up the court. Out to Joshua Primo. Primo's going to take a long 3. Back rim, no good. A fight for the board. And Keldon Johnson gets the board and then launches the ball hard off Jonathan Kuminga. Kapow! I would be mad if somebody did that to me. I don't know about you guys. If somebody took the ball and just spiked it off of me, well, he threw it off his thigh. So, all right. I would be a little upset, but it's part of the game. I get it. But still, I'd be like, dude, come on. You're going to have to try to murder me with that ball. This ain't Chuck Norris. Joe Wieskamp for 3. Bounces around multiple times, finally bounces out. Chuck Norris, a dodgeball. Trying to think, you dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Well, they're not throwing wrenches in the NBA, thank goodness. Kuminga with the ball for the Warriors. Gets into the paint, spins around, throws it up, and gets rejected. We're going to have another whistle. Miguel, let's go Spurs to you as well. I really like Trey Jones. People are very mixed on Trey Jones, Miklo. Paulo Banchero is in the chat. Future Spur, maybe? Good evening, Butterfly. Up by 5 right now, but we got 2 free throws for the Warriors. First free throw is good for Jonathan Kuminga, who's also had a very good half for the Warriors. Spurs only up by 4. Have you seen that one with LeBron throwing the ball? I saw him throw the ball angrily at the floor like a bunch of times recently. Second free throw is no good, but I haven't. I mean, there's so many LeBron memes and clips. Trey Jones out to Joe Wieskamp. Wieskamp's going to drive into the paint. Throws up a reverse over his head layup as he gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. I hope he was taking that shot because he was fouled, not because it was a legit. I'm going to try to score this way. If Kuminga was not, Lance, okay. Fair. Joe Mama at the line for two. Makes the first one. 48-43, 4:37 to go. We have a couple of substitutions. Klay Thompson checking back in for the Golden State Warriors. The Spurs have had very few answers for Klay Thompson tonight when he's shooting. Joe Mama's second free throw is good. 49-43, Spurs 1 point away from getting my man David Robinson's number up on the jersey behind me. For any Spurs fans coming in, I got something coming in for the channel that I won on eBay. I think it's being shipped tomorrow. I don't think it'll be here for Wednesday's game against the Trailblazers, but hopefully it'll be here for the following game. And a couple misses by the Warriors. Klay Thompson with the miss with three, and then the putback was missed by Otto Porter Jr. Spurs ball down the other end. Keldon Johnson drives baseline, gets into the paint. No good with the layup. A fight for the ball, and a loose ball foul on the Spurs. Gooseby, sure. Every night. Bankero. Bankero? It's not Paulo Banchero, it's Bankero. Is it really? The hard CH? I didn't know that. Manny, they weren't even giving out the bobblehead. They were giving out apparently certificates that you later redeemed the bobblehead for. I think that's not the first time you guys have told me that. The San Antonio Spurs bobbleheads you never get at the game. You get them later. I don't know when later. And a runner is good. Jordan Poole kisses it off the glass, 49-45. Spurs up only by 4. They are in the bonus with 3:45 to go. Actually, both teams are in the bonus. They just put it up. Joshua Primo out to Keldon Johnson. Johnson fakes the three, drives into the paint. Out to Tre Jones, open for three. Tre Jones hit a three! They just said he's missed his last 13 from three-point land. Tre Jones finally hits a three, and the curse is broken for him. Wiggins turns the ball over down the other end. Spurs on the run. Devasel sprints up the court into the paint, throws up the layup. No good. Tre Jones with the putback. And one. Who's Tre Jones all of a sudden is channeling his inner Michael Jordan. Steph Curry's out. Gooseby. Messed up his ankle, I think. Yes, Tre Jones made a three. And then he gets a putback layup and gets fouled. You get a voucher, scanned later, and you'll get a KJ bobblehead sometime. Okay. I don't know if he could shoot in college, but he can't hit the three in the NBA. Need pull to splash from threes. Brian Cook, okay. Thank you for stopping in. Warriors fan or fantasy basketball fan. Tre Jones at the line for Uno. And his free throw is good. Spurs get it back up to 10 with Austin, 3:16 left in the first half. That's the bottom line. I can't do Steve Austin's voice. You got your beady little eyes looking here. I can't do his voice. Dang it. Draymond Green, I think he just got fouled. There was no whistle. Instead, we got a baseline three that's no good. And the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Warriors as Green got the offensive rebound and it was poked out. Tre Jones reverse announcer jinx. 1 for 14, Gooseby. He missed his last 13, so he's 1 of 14. 2:55 to go. Warriors ball. Both teams in the bonus. Spurs up 55-45. They'll get into Klay Thompson. Thompson will drive into the paint. The runner is an air ball. Now fight for the ball. And finally, the Spurs come away with it. Joshua Primo sprints up the court into the paint. Out to Murray. Back to Keldon for three. Off the ring. Keldon's having a rough night. 2.5 minutes to go. Draymond's been hitting the China buffet. I don't know about all that. Ball gets poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. 2.5 minutes to go. Much better game for the Spurs tonight. For those of you that didn't know, the Spurs were down 35-10 against the Pelicans Friday night in a game that looked like a full-on tank. I just can't imagine everybody played that bad all at once, but maybe they did. Well, we got a baseline three off an inbound pass by Jordan Poole, 55-48. I heard you say Joe Mama. I always remember the commentator. Nice, Paulo. Murray gets into the paint down the other end, throws a high layup up, and it's good. Keldon is a slump. He's been up and down. One night he'll have 30, and the next night he'll have 10. Just he's very inconsistent, like a lot of our guys. Zach Collins just checked back in. And no defense for the Spurs as Jordan Poole slices and dices them, gets into the paint for a layup, 57 to 7, 57 to 50. Murray pull up jumper, no good. And Klay Thompson with the rebound. Klay, I just noticed wearing some very light blue shoes. Actually, a few of the Gold State Warriors are wearing them. And Murray's going to get called for a whistle on Draymond Green, which means 2 free throws for Draymond. Say this player's. Oh, reverse. I got you, Zach. Yeah. It's like when Derek White hit like 30 free throws in a row. I jinx a team. You guys, how many times this year have I said the Spurs will hold for the last shot and they turn the ball over? All the time. I try not to say it anymore. When there's like 12 seconds left on the game clock and the Spurs have the ball, I can't say Spurs will hold for the last shot because every time they turn it over, we have a timeout with a minute 42 to go. Poole making me wow, Brian. I don't know what to say to that. Austin, I stayed for that whole game. It was a rough 4 quarters for sure. I wanted to turn the game off after the third quarter. You guys said no, we need you, so I stayed around for the whole game, and it was rough. But you know what? It's all good. You're gonna have games like that. Hopefully, not another one this year. 57-51, 142 to go, and we have a timeout. Spurs have been up by as much as 10 in this game, but the Warriors keep fighting back. The Spurs this year have not always been the best second half team, so that does concern me going into the half. I want nachos too. Nacho! But I don't have any. So I don't have any junk food in my house right now. Do I? Nope, I have nothing. Zippy zilch. Damn. Long timeout. Come on, let's get this timeout done up and over with. Scoring leaders tonight, Jay Rich 12, Klay Thompson 12 are your respective top scorers for either team. I'll go over the halftime stats when it's halftime, let you know how everybody's doing, and then wrap up the game with the final stats as well when we get to that point. Othman, if you're talking about the Spurs, probably not through free agency. It would have to be a top 3 draft pick, and they would have to come out, obviously, playing at an NBA ready level if they were going to be a superstar that quick. Aggressive, a good game so far for the Spurs. I mean, considering how they played Friday, there was only one direction they could go. The Warriors have been hanging around in that 5 to 10 point range pretty much the whole first half. And the Spurs have struggled closing out quarters in halves at times, so that does worry me right now. Both teams in the bonus, DeJounte Murray looking to get it into Zach Collins in the post. He does. Collins, turnaround jump hook off the back of the rim, no good. Warriors ball. Jordan Poole will bring it up for GS Dub. Gets it over to Draymond Green. Draymond versus DeJounte Murray. Draymond's open for a shot. Nope, he didn't take it. He had an open shot if he wanted. They'll get it to Wiggins. He's driving baseline, and he'll throw up the layup. And one. Primo with the foul. What did I just say? Spurs struggle closing out quarters. They've led pretty much this whole first half, and now it's a 3-point game. Do Spurs have cap space? Yes, they do. They will have anywhere between, from what I've read, 25 to maybe even up to 50 million of cap space. So they're going to have a lot of cap space. It's weird. We're having cap is, I don't know. I don't know how some of these teams have the, I guess where I'm going with this is how some teams have the roster they have. Like, how do the Lakers afford who they have? Murray for 3, no good. And here we go, under a minute to go. Poole for 3, no good. Devin Vassell with the rebound. I hate watching these end of quarter collapses by the Spurs, or end of half more appropriately. Steph Curry's out tonight. Andre Iguodala is out tonight. Gary Payton, 2 is out. Okay, the 2. Kellen hits a 3, finally. My man, Kellen Johnson. Hoping he takes some momentum into the second half with that 3. 60-55. I think DeJounte Murray has 2 more years on his contract, Pussycats. I think Keldon has 1 more year. Yeah, he does have 1 more year. Jordan Poole with the ball is going to drive, behind the back dribble, turn around, spin around jumper, all sorts of out of control, caught by Wiggins. Shot clock expiring, baseline jumper is no good. Spurs don't, and a follow up miss, and then another follow up because the Spurs don't rebound. Devin Vassell for three at the end. Good! The count on that. It counts! End of the quarter three-pointer right at the buzzer by Devin Vassell. I want to see the replay to see when he got that off. Yep. There was about 0.3, 0.4 on the clock, so that was legit. Was double teamed, still got through the double team, and nice clutch shot by Devin Vassell. Well, way to make me a reverse jinx. I said they don't finish quarters out well or halves, and the reverse jinx worked. Beantown Breakdown. Thank you for stopping in, Bobby. Hope you're doing well with your channel and with everything in life. Do y'all think Lonnie should change his number to 4 since Derek White's gone? Some people have talked about that as he's Lonnie Walker the fourth. But he's also, I don't know. Guess it's up to him. Michael TV, go, Spurs, go. Z Dude, yes, that's a great way to end the half on a big three to get it back up to 6 points. Let's take a look at some halftime stats for this game tonight. See who's playing well, see who's not. I'm sorry, Butterfly. Yeah, the college basketball, well, March Madness. Spurs outscored the Warriors 36-22 in the first. The Warriors came right back and outscored the Spurs 35-27 in the second. Let's take a look at the home team first. The Golden State Warriors, Andrew Wiggins with 6, Draymond Green 2, Kevin Looney 2, Klay Thompson 12, Jordan Poole with 9. Off the bench, Otto Porter Jr. with 12 points and 8 rebounds. And 6 of those are offensive rebounds. That's ridiculous. Chris Chiozza with nothing. Namaje Belika with 7. And Jonathan Kumunga with 7. Where's Toscano Anderson? Is he out tonight? And Damian Lee? Where's Quan at? They're both out. Those guys hurt. Well, or just haven't played yet. Let me move my roster around a little bit and switch things up and make this. There we go. Spurs had to. I would agree with that, Gooseby. If there's 3 guys I think that we should build around, those should be the 3. All right, man. Good luck, Bobby. South Tex. I don't know. Do I think Wiggins will finish with double-double? What did he have? Andrew Wiggins has 6 and 4. It's gonna be close. Otto Porter Jr. should get a double-double. He's only 2 rebounds away. It's gonna Andrew Wiggins on the fence on that double-double. All right, Stu, for the San Antonio Spurs, Devin Vassell with 6, Keldon Johnson with 7. Both have not shot well tonight. They're only combined 4 of 14, so hopefully they can turn around in the second half. Jakob Poeltl with 6 points and 7 rebounds. He's got 5 offensive boards in the first half, so neither team, I guess, defending or playing grabbing defensive rebounds very well. Joshua Primo with 4, DeJounte Murray with 9, 3, and 6, an outside shot at getting another triple-double. Probably should get a double-double. Triple-double might be a little tougher. Off the bench, Josh Richardson having a really good game with 12, Trey Jones with 6, Zach Collins with 11, Joe Wieskamp with 2, and Jacques Lindale played 2 minutes and 49 seconds and took a 3, and that's about all he's got going for him. Most of the Spurs have pluses on their plus-minus tonight. Actually, everybody's got a plus except for Zach Collins with a -2 and Joe Wieskamp with a -9. So the team has struggled with Joe Mama in there. Just saying. You win $200 if Wiggins gets a double-double? Really? Wow, that's interesting. It's like watching a game at my local park. That's not been like that bad in the game. Both teams have played well at times. It's 63-57. It's a normal scoring NBA game. Both teams should put up between 110, 120. Somebody's been asking, or people were asking in the chat at the start of the game, will the Warriors go for over 150? I said no, and I still would say no. Let's not put Joe Mama in. For those of you that are unaware, some people are hoping the Spurs tank and lose for a draft pick. So you might see some weird comments in the chat. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. What's with do the Warriors not have cheerleaders either? Like, it's just a bunch of kids dancing around. Portland games are very winnable. Should be winnable. Gabriel says, I put together that cats and dogs deck. Oh, nice. Hey, fun is what it's all about. Parallel Lives, by the way, is like a $40 to $50 card because it's never been reprinted. You could also put its counterpart, Anointed Procession, which does the exact same thing, but also $40 to $50 card. And if you really want to get obnoxious, throw Doubling Season in there too, but that's also an expensive card. So fortunately, a lot of those cards are. I miss the days when I started playing Commander Gabriel, when cards were all a lot of that stuff was 25 cents, 50 cents, a dollar. The format, I actually kind of prefer it when it wasn't that popular, and we were only getting one Commander set a year. It's cool that the format's as popular as it is, but it also sucks because it's expensive and there's way too much product coming out now. I have no idea how long Lonnie's out. No idea. Not hopefully not too long. The Yeah, he'll be number one. Oh man, we're talking about Magic the Gathering and the format specifically Commander. I started playing it in 2011. A friend of mine said it was a cool format. They had come out with the Commander decks that year, so I bought all five. I was, and I've enjoyed the format. I quit even at one point for like a year because I moved up here. But I like the fact that the game's popular, but I also don't like it because everything has gotten so expensive and there's too much of it coming out. Uh, GS not going anywhere with Looney and Green on the floor, both non-shooting players who can't defend for crap. Really? I thought Draymond Green was a really good defensive player. Ah, all right, Gabriel. Austin, I was talking about Magic the Gathering. I'm sorry. I have a lot of hobbies, which is why I've cut really focused on two teams for this channel, the Spurs and the New York Giants, because I just have so many hobbies. I've got obviously sports are a big hobby for me, whether it's watching sports, calling sports, doing sports videos, or playing basketball, lifting weights, cycling. I try to be very healthy and work out 2 times a day during the week, maybe just once on the weekend. But I try to stay very active, which is why probably the being active has benefited me. I'm 44, but I don't look 44. I look 43. Uh, but also, I'm a big comic book guy. Mentioned Magic already. I'm a musician. I have a TSR music channel, which I'm still trying to get going. But I play everything, do vocals, play guitar, play the bass, can play drums, know a little poquito piano, and again, amongst some other hobbies I'm probably forgetting. Video games. I'm a gamer too, so yeah, I got a lot of stuff on my plate, and I'm single. I just can only imagine how much time I would have if I wasn't single. I'd have none. Still looking for Miss TSR. Went on a couple dates with a girl earlier this month. Didn't pan out, so we're still trying. We're trying. Asia Robertson, thank you for stopping in, channel member. Appreciate you being here. Hello to you. We are beating the Warriors right now. Good morning, Roland. For now. Jerome, I like the UFC, but I've never actually. I mean, I've done kickboxing for exercise, but I've never actually taken any formal classes. See, best is very gray because best can mean most valuable. Best could mean what's your favorite cover, what's your favorite story, and story cover, whatever I probably talk about. My most expensive comic, I won't talk about on the channel. I can't do that. I sort of know how to beatbox, but it's terrible. Good evening, Evan Avery Gonzalez. Engaged? Nope. Engaged? Uh-uh. Never engaged. Hopeful, Evan. Connecticut's not. I noticed the dating pool is much smaller than when I was in Virginia. I have gone on less dates up here now. A lot of that can be factored in that a little 1-9 thing has been around for the last 2 years. That certainly affected people getting together. So I have to maybe take that with a grain of salt that I dated more in Virginia than up in Connecticut. We'll see though. We soon shall see. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, would appreciate if you could do it. It's fast, fun, free, nutritious, and delicious. The easiest way to support the channel. I'll never ask for money on this channel. Yes, I know people say, well, you have channel memberships and you have super chats, and I say that's just if people they want to donate something, so be it. But I'll never ask for money on the channel. I can't do it. That's not in me. But what I will ask for is a thumbs up, because the thumbs ups are free. And if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. You know what time it is. Chuck Norris! That's right. For the 5 Spurs championships, we get 5 Chuck Norris punches to the face. That is the first appearance of the Punisher. That is definitely a key issue. That's not a too expensive book, so yes, I have that one too. I'm a big Spider-Man guy, so that's not a 9.8, which would be a ridiculous one, but that's a good book, and I don't mind admitting I have that one. That's still an attainable book in lower grade. Gabriel Chuck Norris, sure. A hug from Brazil. Jack, thank you for stopping in. Have you all played Elden Ring? R.I.P. Chuck Norris. What? He's still alive, Asia. Isn't he? Chuck didn't leave us, did he? Did I forget that that didn't happen, I don't think. Find me as spicy a Latina Spurs fan. Actually, the last girl I went out with, she was from Mexico. She was Mexican, but wasn't really wasn't a Spurs fan, unfortunately. I mean, when we talked, she would say, "Vamos escuelas, vamos," but she wasn't a Spurs fan. Giant size X but solo. It's tough to know whether to hold on to stuff or not because that book hit. Well, actually, it's gone down a little bit, so maybe you sold at the right time. I had a chance to get that, never got it. When did Chuck pass away? He's still alive. His Wikipedia, he's 82. Just had his 82nd birthday 10 days ago, but I don't. Chuck is still with us. He's not making movies anymore. Probably wouldn't want to see him in a movie at this age. Nah, Chuck is still with us. Yeah, the actor, he's still good. Good morning, Benedict. Joshua, I don't think it will. I honestly don't think it will. It might come down a little bit, but the key issues, like we're going to talk comic books for a minute here, just being a little nerdy. When we were talking key comics from, like, we'll just talk the Silver Age, Amazing Fantasy 15, the first appearance of Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk 1, Fantastic Four #1, books like that, X-Men #1, going back, Detective Comics 27, the first appearance of Batman, Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman. Those last 2 books are from 1939, 1940. Golden Age, I think they're going to hold their value because people have lost faith in the value of the American dollar. I'll leave it at that. We're not going to talk about anything else. Don't want to get political or anything. Um, but you have something that you have, like a book from the 60s that supply is just going to keep going down and demand is going to keep going up. So I don't think we're going to see peaks and valleys, but I think you're going to keep seeing that with the newer books from like the Bronze Age, 80s and up, maybe some 70s books, but the 60s books, and I've been watching them the last 2 years, keep only going in one direction. And it takes one big sale again to have them all fly up again. You had Amazing Fantasy 15 go for millions of dollars, graded at like a 9.6. So every time one of those books hits the market, there's a trickle down effect where the lower grade copies are also all going to go this way. I think they're going to be fine. I really do. There's a hoax going around. I hate when people do that. Who is my favorite Spider-Man? Do you mean actor-wise? It's going to be an unpopular answer, maybe, but I like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I know a lot of people like the new guy. Shoot, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's younger. We are at halftime, aloof. So that's why I'm just talking about all sorts of nonsense right now. Mickey, so you must be retired then, I'm guessing, right? True, Joshua. True. Chuck farts dust. Wow. Tom Holland. Thank you. I could not pull his name to save my life. I do like Tom Holland. So he's probably my second. I did not like Andrew Garfield. Was he the one where they only did 2 movies? The Amazing Spider-Man and then the second movie, which was terrible, Jamie Foxx, where he played Electro. I hated that movie. I did not like didn't really like his. It's not a knock on him. I just maybe the movies I wasn't a big fan of. Jack, I definitely did not know that. So thank you for educating us on foreign currency. We are getting close to the third quarter coming up, so let's put Q3 up on the board. Not retired. Giovanni, yes, that is Selena Gomez. I actually did a cover of one of her songs on my music channel, TSR Music. I did a cover of "Come and Get It." Anyway, it was a lot of fun. The metal cover, of course, because I'm a metal guy. Cell 77, not everybody's going to get that reference. I got that. I've seen that movie. It's terrible, but I've loved it as a kid. Clive Barker's. I haven't seen No Way Home yet. I am so checked out of comic book movies. I, maybe because I've just been watching them for so long, I just find taking a little break. I think it's coming to all the streaming services in next month, so I'll check it out eventually. All good. Spider-Man: No Way Home was the best movie. I've seen some people divided on it. Some people didn't like it. I am stuck here in New England until at least 2034. And then I can contemplate moving after that because I have a state job. I have a pension when I retire. I have lifetime health insurance with part of that pension. Health insurance is expensive, especially when you're a senior citizen. So I need to keep this job. So I'm not going anywhere. Fourth quarter had started. Jordan Poole's going to take a three to start him off, and that's not what we wanted to start off if you're a Spurs fan. He's the only untouchable Spur. For trade, they're not trading Joshua Primo or Devin Vassell. They're not going to give up on lottery picks that quickly. The Vassell turnaround jumper no good unless one of them pulls a Luka Samanic and just stops playing and visibly quits on the court. And now it's a 1 point game as Draymond Green gets a layup and Pop is already calling a timeout 43 seconds into the third quarter. Augustin, I don't think they're going to. The Pelicans and Lakers are ahead of them. I don't think they're going to catch them at this point. I'll be honest with you guys. Unless one of those teams goes on a like if something happens where LeBron's out for the rest of the year or Russell Westbrook. Actually, Russell Westbrook might help that team win games if he's out for the year or takes a couple weeks off for whatever reason. It's not impossible, but the Pelicans or Lakers have to start losing, and the Spurs have to start winning. That's the problem when you're behind teams. You need a combination of two things, not just one. Third quarter. Third quarter starting, Justin. Yeah, I don't want to give up on draft picks. Some people maybe trolling said time to give up on Primo. Like you're giving up on a teenager in his rookie season. Uh, Unreasonable expectations there. Maybe just a little bit. I mean, I look at like my New York Giants. Andrew Thomas was their first round pick a couple years ago, and his rookie year didn't play particularly well. And last season, he was one of the better left tackles in the NFL in his second year. So I mean, you got to give young guys. You can't just give up on them after the first year. For all the Lonnie Walker, a lot of those guys are Lonnie Walker fans that I see saying get rid of Primo. So then the Spurs should give up on Lonnie Walker after the first year based on your thought uh, processes because he was not that good his rookie season. You can't give up on a player after the first year. I would trade Devin and two first round picks for a number one draft pick. Ooh. Devin and two of our firsts for like the first pick overall. Are we trading our two later round picks from the Raptors and the Celtics? So that way we still have two lottery picks? Jeez, I don't know. That would be intriguing. Justin Westbrook needs the fans are on his back, the media's on his back. That team, I mean, that's the team LeBron wanted, and he's getting it. Anthony, good evening. Go Spurs, go to you. Speaking of comments, what's your take on NFTs and the blockchain as a secure way for collectors to share? I, yeah, not I don't know. I'm not really into that. It's like you own it, but you don't own it. I don't like owning air. I'm not a digital comic guy. I prefer the paper. I'm more traditional that way. I don't like buying air. Um, that very feels much air. I don't know. So not a fan personally, but I get why people are doing it. It's all good, I guess. San Antonio is overcrowded. Oh, BC. I'm sure it's gotten. I mean, a lot of people. There was a mass exodus out of Florida. Then a lot of them go to Texas. In the last 2 years, during the stuff that was happening in the world, Joshua Primo for three. We're talking about him in the chat. And he hits a three. Hey, Josh, I'm the same thing. I like to hold things in my hands too. I like to hold you in my hands. Never gonna happen. Warriors ball. Draymond Green gets into Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes to Klay Thompson. Thompson for two. No good as he misses the jumper. Keldon Johnson with the rebound. 10:45 to go in the third quarter. DeJounte Murray out 3-point land. Pick and roll with Jakob Poeltl. Back to Poeltl. Poeltl throws it out to an open Devasell. He takes the three and he will miss the three. John Barker, hi to you. Thank you for stopping in. Warriors ball, 10.5 minutes to go. Can't see who's in the post right now. Turnaround jumper is no good. I think that was Wiggins. Yeah, it was. John Murray bringing up for the Spurs. Pick and roll with Poeltl. Gets into the paint. Back to Poeltl. Poeltl back to Murray. 12 on the shot clock. Murray resetting the offense. And get over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson starts to drive into the paint. Head down. Turnaround jumper is good. All right, nice job by Keldon, forcing the shot, but making the shot with the shot clock starting to run down. Spurs back up by 6, 68-62. Jordan Poole into the paint. Tries to thread the needle to Looney, and Jakob Poeltl will poke it out of bounds. It is still Warriors ball. I remember last time we tanked, we got. I don't know if that was a full tank, though. Jerome, I mean, that was. David Robinson was hurt twice that year. Thompson into the paint. Right back out. Turnaround Jay, no good. And the ball will finally come down into DeJounte Murray's hands. It is Spurs ball, 9.5 minutes to go, 68-62. Murray takes off into the paint, throws it up, and Spurs cannot get any kind of rim jobs tonight as the ball rolls off. Bad choice of words. The ball rolls off the rim. We've had a lot of layups just die at the rim. Wiggins drives into the paint, throws it off the glass, and good against Jakob Poeltl. Wiggins was 8, 5, and 2 tonight. Murray takes a bullet pass, and another layup rolls off the freaking rim. What's going on here? Klay Thompson, baseline jumper, no good. Keldon Johnson with the rebound. Why are all layups? Just start dunking the stupid ball. I would just dunk it. If they're going to keep rolling off the rim, dunk this thing, man. Stop going up there soft. Primo to the paint, throws up a layup, and he makes the layup. And now the Warriors are going to call a timeout. 70-64, 8:38 to go. Sean Elliott did miss a lot of time, Saul 77. He did. Robinson and Elliott were out. No girl, no kids, no dog. Are you waiting for Celine to come knock on your door? I mean, sure. Well, I don't want kids. I'm 44. I do not want to have a newborn at like 45 or 46. No way, not happening. Girl, no full-time girl. Dates here and there. I haven't had a serious relationship since 2018. Did not date. Did I not date in all 2019? I can't remember. I've just been going out with girls 2 or 3 times a lot lately the last few years. Just nothing, not finding anything solid. Remember when John Barker? I remember when Carl Anthony Towns went for 60 on the Spurs not too long ago. As in last week, Cat went for 60. Plenty of fish. Isn't that more of a hookup site? We're all waiting for Selena, married or not. Somebody was saying she's thick. I saw a recent picture of her. She looks good to me. I don't know. Maybe is thick like a compliment with you kids these days? I don't know. I'm old, so I don't know all your lingo. Is thick like, yeah, that girl's thick. How you doing? Is that like a compliment now? Pup Squad, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Ken, every game's a must win for the team the rest of the year. Thick is good. Okay, thank you, Vic. I don't know. I'm I'm old. Just smash your way through them, Rich. Works pretty good for me. Nah, I'm not a hookup guy, Bobby. I I'm very traditional. I've never been a smasher. I'll admit it. I've actually said to you guys, it's more of a monogamous relationship. Uh, yeah, that's just me. I don't know. I'm old school there. She has a skin disease? Yeah, I haven't said that in a while. But if you guys not hit the thumbs up, please do so. It is fast, fun, free, nutritious, and delicious, and it does help the channel. And that's the only thing I'll ask for from you. Spurs, Eric, I hope you're right, but we still got a ways to go. And we have the dreaded fourth quarter for our San Antonio Spurs, which has been not a good quarter for us throughout the year. Oh, reverse psychology. Bob, are you still seeing that girl you were talking about like a month or two ago? Or 3 months ago? I don't know. Diabetic is a in a positive manner. Okay. Warriors coming from a timeout. It's been a good game. I mean, it's been anywhere between I think 1 and 10 points the whole night. The Spurs have pretty much led. I don't think the Spurs haven't not led tonight. They hit the first bucket, and I think they've been up the whole game. Yeah, the Spurs went up 5-0, I think, to start the game. But the Warriors are you can't just let a team like this hang around like this. Otto Porter Jr. has checked in for the Warriors. No surprise, he's been killing the Spurs tonight. Now, I hate this camera angle. I can't tell who has the ball. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Warriors after a missed three. But if you're watching the game, you know which camera angle I'm talking about. It's not the traditional side angle where you can see everything that's happening. It's like that weird on the court side, but behind looking this way instead of side. I don't know. I hate that camera angle, man. Just please don't use it again tonight at all. Warriors ball. Draymond Green passes it out for three, and the three's no good. That was Otto Porter Jr. with the missed three. Klay Thompson gets the offensive board. Jordan Poole's going to take a really long three and swish it. Giving up way too many offensive rebounds tonight are the Spurs. Jakob Pearl in the paint, turnaround jumper, no good, because that's what we want. Well, turnaround little jump hook. As Jakob shooting the ball. This team cannot rebound to save their lives. Draymond Green for three. Air ball. I think that was. I hope that was the. Well, no, it's Spurs ball. Oh my gosh, what was that? That one like 4 feet short of the rim. I shoot better than that. Wow, Draymond, what the heck? Kelvin's gonna take a three. Good. Mel told her I had cancer and she go. Whoa, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Otto Porter Jr. is fouled by Jakob Pro going live too. Man, that is effed up, dude. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have brought that up on the stream had I know that, dude. My apologies. People are messed up. Otto Porter Jr. going in line for two. You know what? That just tells you that's not the right person for you. That person was not the kind of person you want to, settle down with. So free throw is good for Porter. It is 73-68. Zach Collins checking in for Jakob Poeltl. Claim has blamed his headband for the bad shooting. Will there ever be a TSR plus Spurs play in the metaverse? You mean me like calling the game with Sean Elliott or something? And the Warriors just 69, my San Antonio Spurs. Good point. Better now than later. Backs. Zach Collins with the ball for the Spurs. Getting all sorts of tied up. Finally gets out of it, looking to get rid of the ball. Gets it to Devin Vassell. Vassell in the paint, throws it up. No good. Fouled, going to the line for two. Good defense by the Warriors. Draymond Green is screaming. He's going to get teed up. He just got teed up. Draymond Green's now yelling at the ref again. You better watch. He's going to get thrown out of the game. He's still yelling at him. He's still John with the ref. He's got to be careful. Draymond Green with the team. Devin Vassell's free throw's good. Green is still screaming. I'm surprised he hasn't picked up another team. Wow. Vassell at the line for two. First one's good. 75-69. I can't. That's the longest I've seen a player jaw at the ref and not get a second team. So Maybe he was animated, but speaking in a polite adult manner, I guess. Russell Johnson, that's a fact. Vassell bounces around the second one. 76-69. Welcome back, Dax. It is Warriors ball, 6:50 to go. And now a foul down the other end. Ooh, that could pop in all sorts of ways like snack crack. Oh, goody. Webcams is in the house. And if he got airball, the airball, Draymond Green's out of the game. He was still John. There it is. He's still yelling at the refs, and he just got thrown out of the game. I was gonna say they've had their patience with him, and now he's out. Oh, did he airball it? Did he airball a free throw? Was I not looking? Holy crap! I didn't see the airball. I looked back. I thought it went in. He airballed a free throw. I'm sorry. I've been I've been watching Draymond jawing at the refs. I didn't realize Devin's at the line again. Apparently, he just airballed one. My apologies. This free throw hits the rim. That goes in. I'm sure of that. Yeah, they're showing Green down the other end, still yelling at the referee. There's only so long you can keep jawing at him. And he's still yapping, still yapping. The ref looks at him, tells him, knock it off. And that was it. If you airball and make a swish noise, the refs counted too. Manny, I think that's what happened. I caught it out the corner of my eye and I saw it hit the net and I thought it swished. It swished. The bad kind of swish. 2 free throws coming up right now for Golden State. The first one's good. I can't believe airball the free throw. I think that's maybe why I was in denial. I'm sorry. Dan Vassell is not a player I expect to airball a free throw. Jakob Poeltl, yes. Devin Vassell, no. 76-71, both free throws are good. 6:50 to go. My apologies, guys. Hey, I make mistakes. Murray bounce backs to Collins. Collins in the paint, getting all sorts of tied up. And we're going to have a jump ball between Zach Collins and Otto Porter Jr. That's some Westbrook stuff. I try not to swear on my channel. I almost swore. What are you guys going to say now? That was a tank free throw? So go out there and miss the free throw for the old tankathon. Spurs win the jump ball. 14 on the shot clock. DeJounte Murray drives into the paint. Crossover, pull-up jumper. Short, no good. Warriors ball. They are down 76-71. Wiggins will bring it up for Golden State. Finally, the ball makes its way into the post to Otto Porter Jr. It'd be knocked out of bounds by DeJounte Murray. It'll stay with the Warriors, 14 on the shot clock. I think he did too, Phil. He might have, just like Pop got thrown out. All good, Jonathan. I really do try not to swear on my channel. That's why I'm so afraid with the NFL draft and NBA draft coming up. Thompson with a three-pointer after the inbound pass. No good. Kellen Johnson with the rebound. I don't think the Giants are going to blow the draft. If the Spurs draft a guard, I will lose it like you guys will too. I'm sure the chat will be just full of swears. Murray corner 3 after the Kellen Johnson dish. Good! Needed that. Only 3 more boards for Wiggins. For what, Raul? The double-double you were looking for. And traveling on the Warriors? Oh, yep. Wow, yeah, they showed the slow. I don't know if that was a traveling or he like stopped and then he went. Yeah, I guess it was traveling. He stopped and then he went again. You can't do that, obviously. Murray into the paint, gets by the defense. Layup, good. 10-point game. Warriors timeout. Paul F. Please Spurs lose. When draft night comes, no one will care about a meaningless game in March. I care, Paul. As a Spurs fan, I care about every game. I might be in the minority at this point, but I love this team and I don't want to see them lose, especially the way they lost Friday. I know, I get where you guys are coming from. I sincerely do. Wanting a better draft pick, I don't have it in my heart to root against my team. I just don't. That's not the way I'm wired. Are you allowed to drink alcohol? Probably Butterfly, but I probably wouldn't. Are you saying I should drink during the NBA draft? I think I am. I can't sit there and yeah, I probably can. Now making the playoffs is gonna be much tougher, almost impossible right now with the 10 games left after this one. By the way, I do plan on being live for every Spurs game after this. So if you are a Spurs fan or a New York Giants fan, or if you're rare, if you're an anomaly like myself and you're both, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We have a lot of fun on this channel. I love calling my Spurs. As far as the NBA playoffs, I thought about calling another team, but the fact is, it wouldn't be a good play-by-play because I wouldn't care. And that's just being transparent. I really can only get excited when it's my teams. You guys see me at the end of these streams when the Spurs games are close, man. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack on stream. I agree. I can never cheer against Z Dude. Like it. Whether you're a Warriors fan or you're a Spurs fan, got you there. I don't know if there are either. Bobby, I don't know if he's still in here, but he's had some drinks on stream. I don't think he's had any issues. I mean, you're at home. I mean, as long as you're not promoting drinking and doing this, I don't think there's an issue. Obviously, you can't do any. Well, I don't know. Joe Rogan, when he was on YouTube, he was puffing the Magic Dragon all the time on his streams, wasn't he? I was a miss. I didn't see who shot that. As I was talking about Puff the Magic Dragon and started thinking of Meet the Parents. Sorry. Spurs ball. Trey Jones out to Kellen Johnson. Johnson fires off another three. Front rim, no good. Oh, Zach Collins gets thrown down. I think Kevin Looney went down too. No whistle. Both players collided. I guess incidental contact. Klay Thompson pulls up. And apparently there was an offensive foul on Otto Porter Jr. 5 minutes to go. Rich, if we make the play in, do a drug stream. Reaction stream is reaction to your team. That's why I watch these. Russell, that's true. DJ in the paint tries to get it to Zach Collins. Collins all sorts of tied up. Turnaround jumpers, no good. Probably should have dished that out. He had multiple guys open for three. As he had three, Collins had three defenders on him. He was just being stubborn. Needed to take that shot, apparently. Jordan Poole for three, no good. Offensive board by Otto Porter Jr. 10 on the shot clock. 4:35 to go in the game. Third quarter, excuse me. Klay Thompson for three. Looking to wake up Dub Nation's Arena, the Chase Center, as they were down by 10, but now it's back to a single-digit lead, 7 points. Murray pick and roll with Zach Collins, gets the pick, gets the roll, free throw line jumper, short, and then finally rolls in. So the Spurs finally get a rim job. Whoa, naked all over the place in my chat. Murray with 16, 5, and 7, so we'll probably get the double-double, not so much the triple-dub. Wiggins going to launch a three himself. That one's no good. And Josh Richardson gets the rebound. He has checked in for San Antonio. Murray will bring the ball up the court for the Spurs. Less than 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Gets into the paint. Tries to get it to Collins, and that's a turnover. That connection has not been there. Otto Porter, nice Euro step into the paint. Misses the shot, gets fouled, going to the line for two. Should take a drink every time the Spurs miss a free throw. I don't want alcohol poisoning. Get your boy Rico. No thanks. 9-point game. Porter with a chance to cut it to 7. I probably. Thing is, drinking is just empty calories, and I don't want to sit here and put empty calories in my body while I'm live streaming. I work out too much during the week, even though you can't tell by looking at me. I'm more of a cardio guy than get big. Uh, I just don't want to do that. First free throw is good. 8-point game. We have Chiozza coming in for Klay Thompson. Oh, Thompson's just walking with an attitude, or he's got a little hurting a little bit. Couldn't tell by that. Both free throws good. One thing I would say all NBA fans want to see do not want to see, should I say, is another injury to Klay Thompson. He's had enough in 2 years for a lifetime. Nice to see him back on the court, though, sincerely. Murray, Zach Collins, double teamed. Jacques Landale is checked in. We got the Twin Towers light in. Zach Collins and Jacques Landale. Murray with a tough shot with the clock running out. No good. That was an air ball. Not what the Spurs were looking for. And Jay Rich punches the ball out of Jordan Poole's hand, but it is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. No, I'm not taking anything like that, the insane one. No, thank you. Who has lupus? Do you have lupus? I don't want to get sloshed. No, not really. I'm good. I can't even do my Darth Vader tonight because there's no Lonnie Walker. Jordan Poole, jumper at the free throw line's good. It's back to a 5-point game. Blazing Bacon with the Jacques Lindale. He's in the game. Hasn't done anything tonight at all. Zach Collins over to DeJounte Murray. Murray, pick and roll with Collins. Into the paint. Turnaround jumper. No good. Spurs giving up that lead they just built up very quickly. Wiggins with the ball down the other end for the Golden State Warriors into the paint. Backs out, guarded by Jacques Landale. Drives on Landale. Turnarounds, loses the ball, and now another foul. And that's probably 2 more free throws for Andrew Wiggins. If you're just coming in, Draymond Green got 2 technicals this quarter. He's out of the game. I don't want to fight hard anymore. Just lose and get these games over with. Wow. That's not a good attitude. Just lose and get the games over with. Why am I being a fan of a team? And I'm not trolling. Like, if you really feel like that, you might as well just bandwagon and watch the Suns, the Warriors, the Nets. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but if you really feel about that way, watching your team just lose and get the season over with, I don't know. Wiggins at the line for one more. I mean, I understand you hating watching seeing a team struggle and you want the team to win, but to each his own, I guess. 2.5 minutes to go. 83-79. Spurs up by 4. Spurs 14 of 19 from the line. Warriors 12 of 17. So both teams have missed 5 free throws. Zach Collins is going to take a 3. No good. Trey Jones with the rebound. Smallest guy in the court getting an offensive board. Jones going to take a baseline 3. Come on now. You made 1 tonight. Let's not get carried away. Bobby February. Welcome back. Hope you have been well. It is a Warriors ball. And Chris Keels is going to drive, pass it out. Now they go around the world. I can't keep up with the ball movement. Finally, a baseline 3 is no good. And a save by Jonathan Kuminga. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Warriors. Jeez. Bandwagon is great. Your team always wins. Well, Mackenzie, that's true. People have called me a bandwagoner. I'm like, look at the 2 teams I cover, the New York Giants and the San Antonio Spurs. This channel's been around for 3 years. What have the Spurs done in 3 years? 3 straight losing seasons. What have the Giants done? 3 straight losing seasons. I don't think people understand the definition of bandwagon when they call me a bandwagoner. What? Okay. I would not be calling the Spurs tonight. I would be calling what? I would be rooting for the Spurs. I'd be calling this as a Warriors fan or a Suns. I'd be calling the Suns games. Shot clock expiring and a forced 3 by Belika. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Is no good. Spurs ball up by 4. Minute and a half to go. Jacques Landale in the paint. And a foul before Landale can get a shot off. I think I did hear about that, about Selena Asia, and I think I forgot about it. Curtis, we do get out hustled a lot, but if we can maintain this lead, I'll feel much better going to the 4th quarter. Jay Rich will get the ball into Zach Collins, over to Trey Jones. 14 on the shot clock. Trey Jones will start to drive, gets into the paint, stops, pops, air ball. Good mighty basketball shooting, terrible. I have no words. Klay Thompson for 3. That's the Spurs that I'm used to. I guess that's one way to look at it, Aaron. One-point game, 52 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Damascene pick and roll with Zach Collins. Over to Jacques Landale. Landale was open for a 3, didn't take it. Back to Zach Collins. Collins on Otto Porter Jr. Working for the shot, takes a shot, misses it. Landale gets the offensive board and throws it to Klay Thompson. Warriors can 2 for 1. Porter with the dish, and the Warriors have their first lead of the game because the second half Spurs, this is what they do. And now you let the crowd completely back into it. All momentum is now gone. You had momentum for literally 35 minutes of the game, and you gave it up. Uh, Jonathan, I didn't think that, but I thought he'd be better than he has been, and he's not been that good. Jay Rich out in 3-point land. He's been up and down. I don't want to say he hasn't been good. He's been up and down. He's been inconsistent, like most of the dang team. Trey Jones, they dare him to take the three. He takes it, and he misses it. A fight for the board. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Spurs ball at 5.8 seconds left. Trey Jones, they're going to keep daring you to take the three. You've made one tonight. You're one for your last 16. I would do the same. I'd be like, go ahead. It's 5-on-4 basketball. Steph Curry is hurt, Aaron. Ankle injury is probably out to the playoffs, from what I understand. Devin Vassell will take the inbound pass. 4, 3, 2. Long three-pointer. Off the rim, no good. Well, there's the second half Spurs. As Warriors Arena is alive. Doing well. Fans are going nuts. It's funny, that arena sure was empty 2 years ago. Oh, just kidding. It's funny when you look at the NBA, this might be one of the more bandwagony sports, and I'm not directing this towards anybody in the chat, but you look at like the Spurs A&T Center since they've been losing. Attendance has gone way down. The Warriors, the year Klay Thompson was out and Steph Curry played only, 5 games. Warriors fans were missing in action. And actually, the Lakers were all of a sudden the biggest team in the NBA. The year they won the title, go figure. The Lakers, all of a sudden, their fan base is all disappearing. The NBA's getting the most bandwagony fan base ever. It's like whoever's good, that's where a lot of fans go. And I don't know if fans are just maybe with NBA fans of players more so than teams these days, which could be possible. There's a smaller roster on the NBA, so maybe fans just jump around and Steph Curry, LeBron, the top guys. Whereas the NFL, you got a lot more players on the field, a lot bigger, much bigger roster, and I think people are more to their team than a player. Maybe I'm way off. I don't know. Drew Ferlando. We had Drew Eubanks. He's gone. Stop ripping on bandwagon fans. Are you a bandwagoner, Mackenzie? If you are, props to you for admitting it. That's cool. I mean, as long as you're honest with yourself, hey, I'm totally cool with it. If somebody says I'm a bandwagoner, I say good for you. Props to you admitting it. For people that have 3 different teams in 5 years and deny it, then it's a different story. Ken, I agree. They led the whole game except for the last minute. Drew Eubanks has been playing well in Portland, by the way. He's been surprisingly good. He is starting there, I believe, too, which he never got it done. Maybe that system's working better for him. Some players just play better on different teams. It's just a fact. Why would you be loyal to a team? They change mascots, cities, players. My team hasn't. My 2 teams have been right where they've been the whole time I've been a fan. The New York Giants have not left New York since I started following them 30 plus years ago. The San Antonio Spurs, also 30 plus years. Now, I can't speak for other fans. Has Golden State moved around? I honestly don't know the answer to that. There's obviously been teams that have left and come back. Heck, the Cleveland Browns actually left the NFL for an extended period of time and then came back. But I will admit, I've been lucky my teams have not moved or changed their name. Trey Jones turns the ball over. Way to start the fourth quarter. Terrible pass to get us going. Jonathan Kuminga, one-on-one with Jay Rich. Starts to drive into the post. And he'll dish it out. They go around the world. Open 3 for Porter Jr. No good. Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. Oh, the Philadelphia. I totally forgot about that. Gooseby. I haven't always been the Golden State Warriors. Been a while. I totally forgot about that. I think they've been the Golden State Warriors my whole life as an NBA fan. When they had Chris Mullin, Mitch Richmond, Tim Hardaway run TMC. A miss, and the ball's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Spurs ball with 11 minutes to go, 11 on the shot clock. I like DJ, but if you're going to hug about, at least make the shots. I mean, you could say that about any player. If you're going to, take all the shots, start making them. I totally forgot about Golden State starting in Philly. But they've been in Cali as long as I've been an NBA fan. Jay Rich with a pull-up jumper on the inbound pass, and I guess it's going to be a back and forth game for the rest of the game. It's 85-84. We're getting close to 200 thumbs up. Appreciate you all, by the way. I do. Jonathan Kuminga in the post. Little give and go with Klay Thompson. Gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Warriors. Pride. What's going on? Thank you for stopping in. Lakers starting Minneapolis? That's right, too. I'm not accusing anybody in the chat being a bandwagon. And if you are, good for you. But I feel like the NBA fan base is the fan base I see the most that shifts the most between teams. Whatever. I know where I am, though. I guess that's all that matters. I mean, doesn't matter? Not really. Because if the Spurs get a superstar, a lot of fans may switch to the Spurs, and I'm not going to be complaining about that if our fan base gets bigger. So it is what it is. Turnover Spurs. 85-84. Space Cadet, what's going on? Buenos noches to you. Why is Trey Jones playing? He's been rough tonight. Very nostalgic lands. Those are when I think Golden State Warriors, believe it or not, I don't think of this Warriors team with Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. I immediately think of Run TMC. And now turnover for the Warriors. I didn't see what Jonathan Kuminga did. Offensive foul, maybe? That's true, McKenzie. That's true. Landale, he's not doing a whole much. Packers, Dodgers, and Spurs. Spurs, Giants, and Yankees. That one's not by me, though. Demisel gets into the paint. Misses the layup. We still can't make a layup in the paint. The Yankees are because of my mom and uncle, though. But if you want to call me a bandwagon, that's fine on that one. I don't care. Not that they've done anything the last decade. Coming up for three, no good. Wow, both teams ice cold in the fourth quarter. 9:40 to go. We've only had, what, one bucket? Because the Warriors were up 84-83 to start this quarter. Jay Rich almost turns the ball over. Gets it back to Joshua Primo. Primo's going to drive in the paint. Throws up a layup. No good. Can we make a layup? Keels going to sprint down the court and passes it to Trey Jones, who's not on the Golden State Warriors. What ugly fourth quarter basketball. Demisel takes a three. Swish! Jeez. But actually, the Warriors have not scored yet in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes in, they had 84 coming into this quarter. They were up 84-83. And of course, as soon as I say that, I knew I shouldn't have said anything. I knew I should not have said anything as Klay Thompson hits a three. He's got 21 for the night. He's actually been playing since he took the headband off, they just said. Okay, sure, why not? I don't know who's stat checking that. Josh Richardson for three. No good. He gets fouled by Klay Thompson. Never foul the three-point shooter. He's calling for a replay. That would be the third time tonight the Warriors have fouled a three-point shooter, which is three too many. Oh, Josh Richardson landed on his foot. He might do the didn't give the player the chance to land thing. I don't know. They're challenging it. I am from Massachusetts. We're in a timeout. I grew up in a New York household, New York Yankees, and New York Giants. Nobody had a basketball team, so I discovered David Robinson, late 1990, early 91. I know I tell this story all the time, but people ask, and I just became a Spurs fan at that point. Three at the line. Think so, Anthony? Paulo? It depends who the Spurs get with the that first overall pick. If they get a player that ends up being something special, then yes, they clearly won the trade. Derek White has. I check once in a while how Derek's doing in Boston. He is really struggling from the field. I think he's shooting under 40% from the field and like 25% from beyond the arc. So he is really the shooting woes he had in San Antonio have gotten even worse in Boston. And I don't like saying that. I hope he does well in Boston, but this year so far has been a complete wash when it comes to at least putting the ball in the in the rim. White is playing like poo now. Okay. I've never seen The Sopranos Machine 78. I'll be honest with you. I've heard of it. I know it was really popular. I haven't seen it. More like Texas chooses. I can't move to Texas, but I hope to come down there at some point this year. I have a plane ticket I need to cash in on. I was supposed to go on a trip March 2020. Well, I think y'all know what happened with that. It got canceled. And Texas this summer would be cool. Or maybe this fall. No, not summer. Fall for a Spurs game. They're replaying let's take a look at the replay. Klay Thompson, Jay Rich landed on his foot, and then he did act. I will admit. All right, so Jay Rich did a great acting job after he landed on Klay Thompson's foot. The problem is there's that NBA rule you got to give the player room to land. Three free. Oh, did I just hear three shots in the ball? No. Ramiro, that's Cowboys fan and your girlfriend sounds like a cool person. It was a flagrant one. The review was worse. I thought I heard three shots in the ball. Wow. Because he didn't give him a chance to land. That's a rule. Kawhi Leonard and the Golden State Warriors with that DB whose name I won't mention. So it went from being three free throws to three free throws and possession. That replay backfired. Look, I'll fully admit, Warriors fans, Josh Richardson acted a bit and flopped, but it doesn't change the fact when he came down, Klay Thompson was there and he landed on his foot legitimately. Now, after he landed on his foot, I think he went full Grammy Award winning actor. Doesn't change the rule. You've got to give player room to land, and he didn't. I don't. The announcer saying the two. I don't think Klay Thompson intended to do that. He was going for the block, but it is a rule. I don't necessarily agree with the rule. I don't like all the touch fouls in the NBA, but that's the NBA today. It is what it is. No, definitely not going in the summer. I caught myself. If I go to Texas, the ideal situation would be the Giants are playing the Cowboys, and I see the Giants versus Cowboys and a Spurs game, but I don't think the Stars are going to line for that this year. So I can see the Giants up here. I would definitely go to a Spurs game if I can, or two games. Kellen's going to take a three. No good. Man, that would have been huge to get the lead back up to 7. 8:20 to go. Spurs up 91-87 here in the fourth quarter. Klay Thompson's going to launch a three, an angry three, and make it. And the crowd's into it again. Klay Thompson with 24, 6 of 11 from beyond the arc. The Spurs have had no answer for him. Jakob Poeltl will get it over to Trey Jones. Jones gets it into Jay Rich. Almost loses the ball. Josh Richardson will now drive. Turnaround jumper. Difficult shot. And wow, Josh Richardson with a very difficult shot. Yeah, I'm sure I would meet some of you at the Spurs game if I went. Layup down the other end is no good by Poole. Spurs on the run. Joshua Primo sprints up the court into the paint. Euro step up off the glass and good! 5-point game. But yes, I will let you guys know if I'm coming and would like to definitely meet some of you. Brandon World, he's been playing well. Nick Sander, thank you for stopping in. Warriors fans, I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight, by the way. 7-11 to go in the game. Klay Thompson's going to launch another three. That one's no good. Joshua Primo with the rebound. And Jay Rich will bring it up for the Spurs. For those that don't know, Jay Rich is Josh Richardson. I just don't feel like saying his full name. Jay Rich turnaround jumper off the rim, no good. Jakob Poeltl with the offensive rebound. Gets it to Kellen Johnson. Johnson to Jay Rich to Trey Jones. Wide open for three. Good! Trey Jones has hit 2 threes tonight. Thank you. My goodness. Get some confidence in your shot, young man. That was huge. Drive and a nice layup as the Spurs defense was non-existent. Jordan Poole just slices and dices it. Jay Rich going to launch a long center line three. Good! Timeout, Warriors. Whew. I can't believe Trey Jones hit another three. He's going to have to. Greg, an angry three. I don't know. You know, there's your standard three, then an angry three. Like, you mean mug that ball, tell it to go in or else. So an angry three, I don't know. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And that's more regarded to Alex Caruso, but Josh Richardson having one of his best games as a Spur. Maybe his best game as a Spur. I don't know. I ride street. Street, and my bike's a hybrid, but it's mostly street. The trails are paved. I don't know if that counts as trails. All the trails I ride on are paved, and they're through the woods. And Connecticut has a lot of bike trails, which I would not have thought of before I moved here. They actually have more bike trails than when I lived in Virginia. Go figure. From Australia, we got some folks going. Let me start shouting some people out. We're getting close to 200 thumbs up. So if you guys could hit the thumbs up, I would appreciate you. We got the Spurs up right now. But Eris from Australia, Louis, thank you for stopping in. Trey Jones has hit 2 threes tonight. Silent Hooper, Jay Rich, well, he's our starter now for the rest of the year with Josh Richardson out, more than likely. Yes, Ace, I can. The game! Boop, boop. All right. You like the angry three? All right. Wait, if the Warriors lose, do they drop to the 4th spot? All right, Paulo. How we get a little go Spurs go? And if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. Chuck Norris. What? You missed that? That sound at the end was the sound of your face breaking. I got a buddy with a deep in the money. You mean like a box scene? I've seen sloppy threes going. True. Jack, go Spurs, go to you. KBD is Keita Bates Dia. Traditionally on this channel, if a player has a long name, I'm going to abbreviate it. Like Carl Anthony Towns, Cat, Keita Bates Dia, KBD, Josh Richardson, Jay Rich. I think a lot of these are actual nicknames for the players as well. I'm sure a lot of YouTube streamers abbreviate names. We have 6:26 to go after the timeout. Spurs are up by 9. Movies Tube from California. Go Spurs, go. If anybody's new to the channel, I'm obviously a San Antonio Spurs fan, so if you're a Spurs fan, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I cover the Spurs a lot on this channel. I'm covering every game to the end of the season, but I also do Spurs, recaps every week, maybe some analysis, news videos. I'll also be covering the NBA draft, and I cannot wait for that. That's going to be fun with 3 first-round picks, excuse me. Hopefully 3 first-round picks, as Jordan Poole has been playing well in the 4th quarter, gets into the paint again for another layup. 101-94, 6 minutes to go. Looks like the Spurs have all their starters out there, I think. Yes, they do. Keldon is the paint. Out to Jay Rich for 3. Jay Rich launches it. No good. Murray with the offensive rebound and put back, and it's no good. Jakob Poeltl with an offensive board. Out to Keldon Johnson for 3. No good. We just missed 3 shots there. NBA fans, 3 shots. You had 1 job to do, and you blew it. And right down the other way, a huge 3-pointer for Jordan Poole. Way too much showboating by the young man. Your team's down. Why are you showboating? That's one thing I don't get the guys like in the NFL that score a touchdown and they're showboating, and you look at the score and like your team's down 45-7. I mean, yes, you hit a 3, good for you. I think you've done it before. I don't like it when my team does it either, but I don't know if we really have it in this. Well, Kellen Johnson's a little showboaty, I guess. Timeout. Louis, I've been a Spurs fan for over 30 years. I don't know exactly when. It's either late 1990 or early 91. I can't remember exactly when. I know it's David Robinson's 2nd year. I became a fan of him halfway through his 2nd season, and I've been a Spurs fan ever since. Good game for sure, though. Go, clock, go. You just want the clock to be at 0. Look, I'm not trying to hate on Jordan Poole. Maybe he's just taking over Steph Curry's role tonight, but I hate it whenever a player makes a shot. They feel like they have to, like, just I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation. Reggie Miller was a big showboater, but that was him the whole game. So I guess it was different, and he trash talked relentlessly. So I guess maybe it just depends on the player. Like that's the first time Poole's done it tonight, so maybe that's why he seems out of character. He's showboating because he knows he's winning me my fantasy week. Okay, fair enough. Hey, showboating makes the NBA fun. How many of you guys remember the Malice in the Palace? If you know what I'm talking about, and an offensive foul on the Spurs immediately on the first, as soon as they get the ball in. Who was playing in those times in the Spurs? Sergio. The starting lineup was Terry Cummings, Sean Elliott, David Robinson, Willie Anderson, and Rod Strickland. That was the starting lineup back then. They made the playoffs every year, failed in the playoffs every year, lost to the Jazz a lot in the playoffs. So after the Spurs turnover, a missed layup by Balika. Spurs ball, 5:15 to go, 101-97. Warriors miss a huge chance to capitalize on the turnover. DeJounte Murray with the ball drives into the paint, throws it up off high off the glass, no good. Wants the foul, not going to get it. And it's 5-on-4 as Murray's not up the court yet. Warriors take a three. In and out. Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. Wow. Both teams blowing some opportunities to capitalize. And Jakob Poeltl is going to get fouled down the other end with 4:48 to go. Ah, you push it. Ah, you push it. Well, it kills. That's fair. He is a big showboater. So, I mean, that's his game. I mean, no doubt. So, yeah. Klay Thompson checking back in for the Warriors. I assume he'll play the rest of the game. DeJounte Westbrook. Ouch. That's a little harsh. No, Klay just came in, Chris. Klay Thompson's back in the game. He's going to probably finish the game at this point. Joshua Primo, open baseline three is no good. 4.5 minutes to go, a 4-point game. Jordan Poole crosses over Primo, gets it to the paint, gets fouled, misses a shot, going to the line for two. Did I say Willie Henderson? I meant Willie Anderson. I know who Willie Anderson is. Did I say Willie Henderson? Ghostby with the $1 super chat. Thank you, my man. Appreciate your support on the channel. And we have 2 free throws coming up for the Golden State Warriors. Jordan Poole at the line. First free throw is good. Murray is. Dale Ellis was early 90s as well. I want to say Dale Ellis. When did he play Joshua? It was like 93, 94? Somewhere around there? Did he play 2 seasons or 3 seasons for us? I don't remember. Unfortunately, the David Robinson era before Tim Duncan was a revolving door of players, aside from Sean Elliott. And even Sean Elliott got traded to the Pistons for Dennis Rodman and then came right back to the Spurs after that. And now a turnover by Keldon Johnson. A fight for the ball. The Spurs are going to get the loose ball as it was ping-pong between a couple players. 6 on the shot clock. Murray going to drive out to Joshua Primo. Got to take a shot. You got to shoot the ball. Kellen's going to take an off-balance 3, and it's an air ball. Primo passes it with like a second left. Terrible offense by the Spurs. Pop just looks very stoic right now. Go figure. 4 minutes to go. 101-99. Spurs doing everything they can to give this game away. Whereas ball drives to the paint. Otto Porter Jr. A little up and under. Gets rejected. Spurs have a fast break. And Keldon Johnson gets fouled on the fast break. My single most favorite moment in Spurs history. I mean, winning the first championship is up there. The second one, with David Robinson retiring, is up there. The championship against the Heat, the revenge, felt really good. And so those are all up there. I think they're checking for clear path. They're checking clear path foul right now. So, just for review, let me take a look at the replay. Spurs have a 3-on-1. That might be a clear path because DeJounte Murray and Devin Vassell were ahead of the pack. That might be a clear path, Val. My favorite shot of all time, if you're a Spurs fan that was alive in the '90s or watching the '90s, should I say, the Sean Elliott Memorial Day Miracle is just I that one I watched that live and I went freaking nuts. But it looked like the shot was going to get blocked, and it was a Memorial Day Miracle. Favorite all time role player, Keldon Johnson. Not a clear path. All right, movie soup. Yep, Sean Elliott Memorial Day Miracle for you too. I mean, it was just such a to watch something like whenever your team has a game winning. And the threes weren't the regular back in the '90s. Teams weren't launching 20, 25, 30 3-point shots a game. So having Elliott hit that was just 3:45 to go. Spurs ball. Down the cell over to Kellen Johnson. Back to Joshua Primo. Primo going to drive. Throws up a tough shot. No good. Try to kiss the glass, and the Spurs offense is really struggling when we can't have it to afford to be struggling. The Spurs team, if you're not aware, Warriors fans, we have long stretches where we don't get a field goal for 3, 4, or 5 minutes. It feels like we're in that right now. Jordan Poole's going to drive. Baseline jumper. Tough shot. No good. Devin Vassell with the rebound. Austin 3:16 left in the game. Primo is definitely struggling offensively. And DeJounte Murray's going to get fouled down the other end. You guys think we should have Jay Rich in for Primo? Spurs fans? Tim Duncan, 3, yep. Josh Richardson's checking in for Jakob Pertl. I just heard the Warriors announcers say the Spurs have 0 points in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and they're going small ball. Dejounte Murray to the paint, misses the layup. Under 3 minutes to go, we cannot score a bucket. Like I said, the Spurs doing everything they can to try to give this game away, and it's now tied as Wiggins hits a bank shot. 101, 101. Finally getting rid of Kawhi. Done. That's actually pretty hilarious. Warriors on an 11-3 run in the last 4 minutes. The Spurs have not scored in about 4 minutes. Murray spins around into the paint. Turnaround jumper is good. And one. Finally, the Spurs scored with 2.5 minutes to go. Thank you, Butterfly. It figures I had sneezed right before a shot went up. Josh Primo's going to have those nights, guys. He's young. He's a teenager. He's inexperienced. I'm not trying to defend him, but also maybe he shouldn't be out there. My night's going well. It depends on how this game finishes. Murray converts the 3-point play, 2.5 minutes to go. If the Spurs win, I'll have a much better night than if they lose. I'll be transparent there. Good game, Golden State fans, no matter what happens. It actually was a really good game. Andrew Wiggins with the ball again. Actually, Joshua Primo's still in there. Who did Jay Rich come in for? Andrew Wiggins, back-to-back jump shots. 2 minutes to go. Spurs up by only one. Murray will drive into the paint and turns it over as he gets caught in the air. Murray's trying way too hard here he's trying too much. And Kuminga is open down the other end and throws it up in the paint. 1:50 to go. DeJounte Murray needs to trust his teammates and stop trying to force shots, which he's doing right now. I like DeJounte. Forcing a little too much. He's going to take another shot, and Murray, no good. .105, 104, a minute and a half to go. It is Warriors ball. Poole to Wiggins. Wiggins guarded by Joshua Primo. Starts to drive on him. Passes it out. And the baseline jumper by Kuminga is no good. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Spurs ball with 1:17 to go. Murray's not looking good in the fourth quarter. William G., good evening. Bobby, I hope you're wrong about that. I sincerely hope you're wrong. Jakob Pro getting ready to check back in as the Spurs have gone micro ball. As we literally have Four guards. Richardson for three! Josh Richardson with a huge three! Jay Rich! Man, he's playing good tonight. 1 minute to go. Warriors ball. 107-105. Poole drives into the paint and hits a layup and ties it as the Spurs defense still sucks and blows all at once. 107-107. And another one of those type of games, NBA fans. Another one of those type of games where my heart gets no break. Murray on three-point land, 10 on the shot clock. Starts to drive into the paint, throws up the layup. It's no good. The Warriors can 2 for 1 if they want. Nope, they're just going to hold. Murray has gone ice cold in the fourth quarter. Klay Thompson's going to take a three. In and out. Offensive board for the Warriors. Otto Porter Jr. with a board. And Demiselle fouls Jordan Poole. Look, I'm saying DeJounte Murray is struggling. But for all those of you that are saying he sucks, you better not have been calling him an all-star earlier in the year. Don't flip up on a player because he's having one bad night. I'm going to call it that he is struggling tonight and trying too much. But I'm not going to sit here and say he sucks. Come on. $4.7 differential between the shot clock and game clock. 18.7 seconds left. Warriors ball. Klay Thompson gets it out to Jordan Poole. 13 on the game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Poole, step back three. No good. Kuminga saves it. And the Warriors get will rebound Spurs. $107 all. 3 seconds to go. A Spurs foul. And it's 2 free throws. Oh my gosh. 3 seconds to go. 2 free throws for the Warriors. The Spurs, if they're saying the Golden State announced, they're saying that the Spurs thought the Warriors called timeout and they didn't, and they ended up getting a foul. Yep, the stupid foul did bite them in the butt. Classic Spurs. I know we have a losing record. I still want to win. I hate losing. I hate freaking losing. Especially when you're up most of the game. He misses the second one. Timeout Spurs, 2.4 seconds. 2.4 left. We haven't gotten to 200 likes yet. Are you serious? And we got to 200. Appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Warriors fans, I told you earlier in the game. No lead is safe for my San Antonio Spurs. And unfortunately, they've proven me right again. Still have a chance to win this. 108-107. The Spurs have 2.5 seconds to pull off a March 20th miracle. Jakob Poeltl's at the line? Would they intentionally foul him? He made the first one. They fouled Jakob Poeltl. I didn't realize he got fouled down the other end. Jakob at the line for one more. My apologies. 2.4 seconds left. Jakob Poeltl was fouled on his rebound. He's at the line for one more. He is a horrible free throw shooter. He missed it. Keldon Johnson gets it. The putback is good. 0.3 seconds left. Keldon Johnson offensive putback after Jakob Poeltl miss. Wow. Jakob Poeltl missed the free throw, goes right into Keldon Johnson's hands. He immediately jumps up and throws it in. Wow. I can't take this. Holy moly. That's my man there. He's had a rough night here and there, but if the Spurs win, that would be the game-winning shot. Keldon Johnson just out-muscled Otto Porter Jr. for the rebound and quickly puts it back. The Warriors do have 0.3 seconds on the shot, on the clock, so it's going to have to be a quick throw-in and shoot. I'm sorry about your ears, guys. You know, this is why I call only the Spurs and Giants. I'm passionate about my teams. They're questioning whether the foul on Pirtle was supposed to be a foul on Looney. Yeah, I don't know. It's the NBA. Everything's ticky tack touch fouls. I've gone on the record many times. I don't like it. I wouldn't have called the foul. I would have let them play. But that's not the NBA today. They don't let you play. It's, phew, I sneezed on you, foul. Warriors have zero point 0.3 seconds, so they can get a shot off. Do they go for the win or the tie? 3/10 of the second. Are they going? They're throwing it in from the half court. Jakob Poeltl is going to be guarding Otto Porter Jr. as he throws it in. Nate channel member, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate your support. Focused on the game. Porter Jr. throws it in. Thompson, no, nothing. The San Antonio Spurs have beaten the Golden State Warriors after an awful showing Friday night against the Pelicans. I know the Warriors were out Steph Curry, but they're still a darn good team. And the game is over. The Spurs have beat Golden State. Wow, good game, Warriors fans. If you get the thumbs up on the way, I appreciate you. The play of the game, Jakob Poeltl missed his second free throw. Keldon Johnson gets the rebound, puts it up, and there's only zero point 0.3 seconds left for the Spurs. Keldon, big body Johnson, with the play of the game. Wow. Let's get to the stats at the end. The point is, if you're a Spurs fan, you want your team to win. Let's get to the final stats. Andrew Wiggins, 16 and 9. Draymond Green with 4. He got thrown out of the game, got teed up twice in the third. Kevin Looney with only 2. Klay Thompson with 24 points. Jordan Poole with 28. Off the bench for the Golden State Warriors. Otto Porter Jr. with 16 and 16. 16 points and 16 rebounds. Fantastic game off the bench for Otto Porter Jr. Chris Chiozza with 0. Wow, he didn't score. Nemanja Bilaka, sorry if I'm butchering his name, had 9, 8, and 6. That's a nice line off the bench. And then Jonathan Kuminga with 9. For the San Antonio Spurs, Devin Vassell with 12. Keldon Johnson was only 5 of 15 from the field for the night. He finished with 14, 8, and 5, but he had the game-winning shot, so all is likely forgiven. Jakob Poeltl with 7 points and 14 boards and 2 blocks. Joshua Primo with 11 points. He actually shot well from the field, Spurs fans, 5 of 10. Dejounte Murray, while that line of 19, 6, and 8 is pretty good, Murray was 8 of 24 from the field tonight. 8 of 24. The refs are always awful. The refs are always awful. Refs are always awful. Whoever said that. LeBron's burner. Refs suck. Yes, if you guys get thumbs out, I would appreciate you. Murray, though, again, rough night. 8 of 24. A night I'm sure you'd like to forget. Off the bench, Josh Richardson was fantastic. He was 8 of 12 and finished with 25 points off the bench to lead the Spurs in scoring. Josh Richardson, probably back in the starting lineup. He should be. He should be. Next game, Josh Richardson needs to start. Trey Jones with 9, 4, and 4, and even went 2 of 3 from behind the arc. Zach Collins with 11. Joe Mama had 2 points and was terrible in the first half. He didn't play again. And Jock Landale had 0. Matter of fact, Wieskamp had a -9 and Jock Landale had a -7. Neither guy played very well. Actually, the starting lineup is pretty interesting. Check this out. For those of you that like plus minus or don't like it, Devin Vassell +7, Keldon Johnson +5, Jakob Poeltl +11, Joshua Primo +10, Dejounte Murray -8. What can I say? Hey, I know some of you aren't going to like the fact that the Spurs won. I'm not talking to Golden State Warriors fans, Spurs fans. You wanted us to lose. I'm sorry that you're never going to get that from this channel. As a Spurs fan and a Giants fan, I've seen a whole lot of losing the last 3 years. The Giants even more than 3 years, and I'm just tired of losing. And I just don't have it in here to want my team to lose. My goal is that Spurs win some games the remainder of the season, and the ping pong ball goes our way and we get a top 3 pick. So I want to thank y'all for being here. Appreciate your support. And I'll be back Wednesday night against the Portland Trail Blazers. That should be another win. So let's get some momentum going off of this win tonight. So thank you all so much for everybody. Good win, and good game. And appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. What you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go! Spurs go.